If we didn't get this place running again. My independent agent and auto owners insurance, they made sure we didn't skip a beat. I mean, we didn't miss a single payroll. That's incredible.
For whatever lies ahead, we're always there.
This is Jeff Gibson with Town Insurance in Greenville. Call me today at 756-8300. Go Pirates!
Give me that ooey gooey, crispy, crunchy, mouth watering. Give me that creamy, dreamy, meaty topping, pepperoni popping. Give me that crispy, Kobe, only Papa John's. Better get you some. Try the trio before it's gone.
Hey, Pirate fans, Papa John's is the MVP move for game day or any day. Place your order online at papajohns.com and sign up for Papa Rewards. Papa John's, better ingredients, better pizza. Go Pirates!
Picture this, the perfect summer barbecue. No stress, no responsibilities, just all your friends, burgers and hot dogs on the grill, and a delicious, refreshing Pepsi Zero Sugar in your hand. Sounds nice, doesn't it? Burgers sizzling, hot dogs cooking, Pepsi Zero Sugar fizzing, and a backyard of very, very happy people. Oh yeah, we could get used to this. Very, very used to this. Pepsi, the official beverage of Grills Night Out.
This is Holt Nailers for my friends at Anson Belts, the belts that I wear. Go to ansonbelt.com to find micro-adjustable holeless belts with over 30 plus options of a 1/4 inch apart instead of your typical 5 holes 1 inch apart, always giving you the perfect fit every time. If your waist fluctuates, Anson Belt is great because you can always find the perfect fit any time of the year. ansonbelt.com, over 10,000 combinations to choose from, a belt for every occasion, and the official belt of the Holt Naylor Show.
Hey Pirate Nation, this is Cliff Godwin, the head baseball coach at East Carolina University. I've been a Pirate Club member since I graduated in 2001, and you should too. By joining the Pirate Club, you become part of a family that helps our student athletes flourish on and off the field. When you enroll as a member, you're not just getting a membership, you're getting a front row seat to the action. To join, visit ecupirateclub.com or call 252-737-4540 today. Go Pirates.
This is Pirate Radio, WGHB Farmville, 1250 and 92.7 FM Greenville, WDLX Washington, 930 and 104.1 FM Washington.
Can you be quiet, please? Thank you.
Welcome to Pirate Radio Live.
How's everybody doing?
Cliff, what's up? It's Bryce.
Loneliness is worse than COVID. It's a proven fact.
Bro, what are we doing here?
Bro.
Just a bunch of dudes sitting in a room talking into sticks, man.
If it wasn't funny, then let's blame it on the duck.
He top 5, man. That's all I'm going to say.
I don't want a stalker.
Well, hello, Shirley. It's been a while.
Miss Shirley, please have you scanned your FTV card back on Pirate Radio. Now!
Have you scanned your MVP card?
Now live from the Pirate Radio studios in the heart of the Pirate Nation, here is your host, Clip Brock.
Hello and welcome in to a Tuesday edition of Pirate Radio Live. Clip Brock here inside the Pirate Radio studios, coming to you on Pirate Radio 92.7 FM in Greenville, 104.1 in Washington. We're on 1250, 930 online, PR927fm.com. And we'd love for you to be a part of our show today. We are on Facebook Live and YouTube, where we are here for the next 3 hours taking your questions and comments. Big game day here in Greenville, and things have turned gray all of a sudden. So we'll go to our weather center here in a moment. Whoever wants to be our meteorologist will tell us what's going on with the weather. East Carolina Duke set to go at 6 o'clock, and we'll keep you up to date on that. Oh man, we got our score bug here with the games coming up tonight in Major League Baseball. Looks really good on our video, so come hang out on YouTube and Facebook Live. A lot of guests to get to on today's show, including Coach Mack McCarthy in hour number 1. We've got 3 guests in hour 2, so we'll do some quick hitters with Mike Mullis, talk some Pirate baseball. Michael Villafana, talk some Yard Gnomes baseball. I'll tell you all you need to know about the Greenville Yard Gnomes with their season approaching for a little summer ball here in Greenville for the first time. And Antwan Staley, who we've had on the show a lot in the past talking NFL. He is covering Rangers Canes for the New York Daily News. He'll be at Madison Square Garden tonight. So we'll talk Rangers Canes game 2. The Knicks, of course, are blowing up MSG. A great time to be a New York fan in hockey and basketball with the Knicks and Rangers alternating nights at Madison Square Garden. But we'll get Antwan's take on game 2, Canes and Rangers. And hour 3, Bryce Williams will join us here inside the Pirate Radio studios. Shirley Rhodes is here. John is here. Maniac Mark hanging out. And Coach Mack is here with me in his corner, although he's got a little more room today.
Yeah, spread out over here like a hot lunch.
How we doing, Coach Mack?
I'm good. How are you, Clipster?
Doing great, great. If you have any NASCAR questions, you can direct them to Shirley and I, because we won some money this weekend by taking the winner, and it was a pretty easy win.
yeah, I'd say. Closest race in the history of NASCAR, and it had even been a great race up to that point, but of course that kind of put an exclamation point on it, and I wonder how the folks that had Buescher in the in the betting world feel.
Especially those watching on TV, because, and no discredit to the announcers, they called it as they saw it. They gave Buescher the win, and Buescher's whole team was celebrating the win.
Yeah, because the automatic scoring had him crossing the line first.
So everybody's celebrating, and then there was wait a minute, and they did the super slow-mo, and it was a Lightning McQueen finish as Kyle Larson wins it. And I am far from a NASCAR expert, Coach, but on that last restart, Larson starts behind Hamlin, but immediately whips right around him. Like, what is that? Great driving by Larson, bad driving by Hamlin, both? Like, what happened in that scenario? Because that was a great move to get up there.
Yeah, if Larson afterward said, I really expected Denny to block me a lot harder and push me down toward the apron, and he didn't do that.
Yeah.
He said he didn't know if I don't know if I got just such a great start or he didn't get down there quick enough, but yeah, and Hamlin's one of the best at that, kind of blocking too. So, but you saw all of Kyle Larson's talents and why he is the most talented guy out there right now, period. With the start and then the finish, going outside where there wasn't a lane and maintaining contact and beating him back to the line by whatever 0.00001 or whatever it was. And of course there was some luck involved in that too, but you got to put yourself in that position. And I think if you took a poll, certainly among the drivers, I don't think there's much question that Kyle Larson would be the number one most talented guy by a big number. And he has some like last year, he got outperformed by one of his own teammates, William Byron, but he had so many DNFs and really bad finishes that it kind of skewed the numbers. But I don't think if you got to put one guy in a car and run one lap, I'll take him every time right now.
So they're all amongst the best drivers in the world, but has there ever been a scenario where there's a guy who was looked at as not the most talented driver, but because he was on the best team with the best car and that he won races?
Oh, no question. People have accused Jeff Gordon of that forever,
really?
and certainly Jimmy Johnson, with his 7 championships, and everyone wonders how many championships he would have had under the old configuration of how you won championships, where you had to do it for the entire year. And then Johnson came along, and at a time where 1.5 miles were the dominant track, where there were more 1.5 miles than anything else put together, short tracks, road courses, the super speedways, there were still more 1.5 miles, and that's where Jimmy Johnson and Jeff Gordon and Hendrick in general were really, really good. So there's a whole group of folks out there who think that those guys were not frauds, but maybe overrated.
Mac McCarthy joining us. That was one day after, and actually a night after, because we had a long delay in that race on Sunday at Kansas City.
Yeah.
But one day after the Kentucky Derby, where we've heard of a neck and neck finish. That was neck and neck and neck. You had three.
Or nose and nose and nose.
Nose and nose and nose. Right there at the end. Awesome race. Mystic Dan wins it. But we had our closest race in NASCAR history, and I don't remember a Derby race like that.
I don't either. And I wanted to look that up before the show, and I didn't get that done. But, you would have thought they probably would have stated if it was the closest ever. But golly, Ned, if it wasn't the closest ever, how in the world? And certainly it was the closest for the top three finishers, and even the top 4 and 5 finishers in both races. Certainly the NASCAR race, 4 and 5 were right there within another 1/10 of a second, to those top two crossing the line too. So, that was unbelievable. 2 incredible finishes and a lot of money exchanged hands over the course of of a millisecond.
I feel like between myself, Shirley, Sean, Jenny, Joe, everybody at the Derby, we named like 7 different horses we wanted to put something on, and not one of them was Mystic Dan.
Really?
So, it's kind of the way it goes, I guess.
Yeah, I saw the what's the young man, Reed Shepherd from Kentucky, the point guard that is probably going to go straight to the NBA after his freshman year. He ended up choosing Mystic Dan, which was ironic because I think he wears number 15, and of course he wears blue, and that was the stable colors too. So that should have told us something right there. There was a little bit of an omen.
Man, I missed all that. So shame on me for not knowing all those slight details. Coach Mack McCarthy joining us. Matt got some topics to hit. John, what are you doing over there, man? I hadn't really talked to you today. You doing all right?
Yeah, I'm doing good.
What you been? Oh, we had a weigh-in today. Can we start doing the weigh days where we'll put you on a scale, y'all can flex, and then we can get you and Shirley nose to nose, where there's almost going to be a fight like they do at the weigh-ins? Can we do that?
Just square up like this?
Yeah, I like that. How'd weigh day go?
It went good. 5 pounds down, another 5 pounds down in 1 week. So
we got to start betting on this, Coach Mack.
So now,
is it every Tuesday?
Every Tuesday.
Every Tuesday you have to come in and weigh.
All right, so let me get the numbers so far. So Chandler, what was your weight loss this past week?
All right, 5 pounds.
That's awesome. So what are you for the year, or for the
13 total pounds?
All right, so 5 today and 13. Shirley,
I was 4.2 within the week, and a total of 15.
Wow, so 13 and 15 since you started this diet with
East Carolina weight loss. Oh, wow. Wasn't expecting
that. Was good, too.
That was pretty good.
This is all planned.
Is this taped, I hope?
This is all planned.
And you can visit them at eastcarolinaweightloss.com.
All right.
If you want to get started.
That's right.
So, Coach Mack, Chandler with a 5 spot this week, Shirley 4.2. We got to turn this into betting somehow.
I am not opposed to that, although I don't want to lose any friends over it.
I mean, I may lose my sanity before it's all said and done, but no, actually, it's been...
That'll be a prop bet on the side.
Yeah, exactly, yeah. No, it's been surprisingly easy. I didn't think it was going to be as easy as it was, because I really thought it was going to be very, very hard, but it's actually been very easy.
All right, well, Chandler he went 5 this week. Will he go over, under 4.7 pounds lost by next Tuesday?
4.7. He's going under.
All right, so he will not.
It fluctuates, so
it does fluctuate.
I think the under is a big favorite there.
Yeah.
All right.
I would go under if I were.
The under there's probably like minus 145.
Okay, well, Shirley, so 4.2, 15. How many weeks have you been doing this?
3 weeks and 3 days.
So you're about 5 a week.
I'm averaging about 5 a week.
The average,
yeah. Mm-hmm.
and 4.2 this week.
Yeah.
So let's put you at about over under 4.4.
I would tend to go under.
Well, that's you can't fix the match by eating a Twinkie, so Mac wins his bet.
No,
we don't need you to say what you're going to do.
Okay,
we need Mac to say.
She was 4.2 last week. I would take the over with if it was 4.2.
Yes, we're going 4.4.
I know you adjusted that number.
Yeah, 4.4.
Okay. I'm still going over.
She will lose more than 4.4. All right.
that's a tall task there.
Mack's gonna be on you this week.
Be checking in, text her every morning.
I know. No, he's gonna pull up. He's gonna pull up at our favorite breakfast spot and be like, "You better not be here. You better not be here because if you're here, that means I lose."
I'm out of frozen little rocket, so I need to get over there.
Jerry says he's taking the under. It gets harder to lose after the first few weeks.
Yes, it does.
Yeah.
Tyler said it should be set around 3.5. So, okay. A lot of folks saying under here.
Well, because you got to keep in mind your body tends, to catch up to you when you. There's a thing called plateauing. You have to worry about hitting that plateau, and where you don't gain any weight or lose any weight. You just kind of sit there for a few weeks, and we haven't gotten there yet, but it's bound to happen at some point.
Jamie says Chon is so into gambling. Will he bet on himself? Are you going over or under 4.7? You said you would take the under.
I would take the under there.
All right.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm striving to go over. So.
Sure.
Oh yeah, We're not changing anything as far as what we do every day.
Credit to y'all.
Just sometimes our bodies, catch up to the weight loss, and the only thing I'm betting on is a new wardrobe in a couple months.
There you go. Awesome.
And no turkey neck.
No turkey neck.
No turkey neck.
Chon, can we get an update inside the Pirate Radio Weather Center?
I can give you one. 15% chance of rain the entire evening. It is calling for mostly cloudy, 6-mile-per-hour winds. That's it. No rain in the forecast.
So it's gotten a little dark, but
there was
we should be okay.
Yeah,
there was a sprinkle when I was coming into the studio earlier.
They said you might see a stray shower, but the percentages right now look like you're not going to see much of anything. You may get a sprinkle, but you're not going to have any kind of downpour like we had over the weekend.
So we're going to roll the dice and not tarp the field and see what happens.
I say roll the dice, keep the tarp off the field.
All right, there you go.
East play Carolina as scheduled.
No rain.
Play
not
on.
Tonight. Not tonight.
Plus, come on. Playing in the rain is fun.
True.
I know that
for all ages.
Yeah, but like when we play softball, they don't take us off the field when it rains. They let us play, so we get all muddy and it's fun.
Checking with the chat gang real quick. Steve says HTMFs, HT to you, my friend. Saw Steve at Sheets earlier today. Jamie says, hey now, headed to Foo Fighters.
Nice.
Said rather be going to the game tonight, and he says the Pacers were robbed last night. That is all. I got to be honest, I did not watch the end of Knicks Pacers. I followed along and saw that the Knicks won in Madison Square Garden last night. Joa says, what's up, guys? Ready to get them tickets? You're right, Joa. It is
yes, Ticket
Tuesday, brought to you by Toby Williams and Sailor Warehouse. Today, we are giving away tickets to East Carolina's non-conference finale against Campbell next Tuesday at Clark LeClaire Stadium. So we will give away a pair of tickets courtesy of Toby Williams and Sailor Warehouse coming up later on in today's show. Chuck says, what does Coach think of our new basketball transfers? I'm going to guess you don't know anything about them.
I don't know a lot. No.
Last I checked, we got 2 Chandler, one from Gardner-Webb and one from the Bonnies.
The St. Bonaventure Bonnies.
A couple of guards. So, yeah.
Yeah, I need to do more research on them. I will.
There's your homework.
But yeah, and of course things are settling down now, and we kind of know what the roster might look like, although there still could be a stray.
Not for us.
I understand, but it'll be overall the rosters are close.
There is no roster.
Yeah,
like the more you talk, the more
like Calipari said.
I met with the team. There was no team.
You're making me really nervous now, Coach. You're saying everything's settled down. Everybody's got their roster. We don't.
Well,
we
have 3. No new people are going in the portal.
Okay. All right. Oh,
although there are still over 1,000 people in the portal.
Okay, so we got some guys to choose from.
How big is that portal?
Oh man, it looked like it used to look about 3 weeks ago, but it'll thin out.
That's huge.
It'll thin out. Steve says, "Give me a winner for the race next week." We'll do that before Mack leaves us. We'll let you know where they are and who's going to win. Jerry's in the house. Says hello. Tyler is starting to worry about basketball. Just now starting to worry? Where you been? And Jamie says we only need like 7 guys. We're fine. So, hey, we'll get some guys out of that portal. Hopefully they are worth a darn, and we can put a talented team on the court next season. We shall see.
The good news is everybody else pretty much is going through the same thing.
Wait, okay. Are you just trying to be nice now?
No.
Okay.
No, that's true.
At this time 20 years ago, 2004, Coach, you would have your whole roster and be ready to go, right?
Yeah, we would.
Yeah, I mean, it has changed drastically.
Yeah, 2004, I was actually at Georgia Tech with the women.
Yeah. Was that your first women's job?
Yes. Yes.
And we've talked about this, but why the decision to go from men's to women's?
There is a great writer named Dan Jenkins, a great sports writer out of Dallas, Fort Worth area, that kind of thing. And he had a term in his books. He had some novels which were unbelievable. I wish I could tell you some of them. Semi-Tough was one of them, and there were quite a few novels. And he had a term in there. It said they money whipped him. They money whipped me.
Oh,
yeah.
All right. Now, you call women's basketball now. You follow the game. You are a fan of the game, I would say.
I am. I've always been a fan of the game. And
that was going to be my question. Before you coached, you were a fan of women's basketball?
Yeah, and weirdly enough, we didn't have women's basketball when I was in college or when I coached at Virginia Tech. They didn't start women's basketball until the NCAA sponsored it in 1977. But we were close to. We had the youngest Yao sister as a head coach at East Tennessee State, and she was a good friend. And then Joe Champy we hired at Auburn, who went on to have great success, and he was our neighbor, so good friends with him. And then when I got to Chattanooga, they had a young lady named Sharon Fanning who went on to coach at Kentucky and Mississippi State, and she was a good friend. And then her replacement was a good friend. So everywhere I've been a really good friend of the women's coach and very aware of their program and supportive, and had a chance to jump into the coaching side of things and really enjoyed it for 1 year.
Speaking of women's sports, Sean, what are your plans tomorrow around lunchtime? What you gonna be doing?
Sean has left
the building.
Maybe I should look over there before I talk to him.
My plans are to watch the softball team play at 11 a.m. Eastern time for round one of the American Athletic Conference Softball Championship, which is going to be on ESPN+. Here's the kicker, though, and I found this out today, that one of the analysts that will be calling ECU's game will be one Kat Osterman.
Wow.
Which, if you follow softball, Kat Osterman was a massive star for the University of Texas.
Left-hander?
And and she played for the U.S. Women's Olympic team, and then she went, as a matter of fact, was a coach and a player for Athletes Unlimited. And then there was another semi-pro league that they had that used to travel around. So I'm looking forward to hearing Kat and seeing what she has to say about softball.
At Chattanooga, when they started their softball program, they hired Ralph and Karen Weekly, who went on to coach at Tennessee, and now Karen is the coach and Ralph is on the sideline. And and Ralph was the Olympic coach at that time, or the assistant women's Olympic coach.
Right.
And Kat and all those Olympians came through there. We got to meet all those Olympic pitchers.
So jealous.
It was very cool.
Well, Shirley is right. That's what we'll be doing tomorrow, watching East Carolina and UAB, basically just continuing their 3-game series they just had.
Yeah, I know.
ECU on Friday beat UAB 3-1, and then back-to-back 3-2 losses. So this series was about as close as it can get. They will play again in the AAC tournament starting 11 a.m. on Wednesday.
And congratulations to several Pirate players. Taylor Apple got selected for the all-rookie team. Taylor Apple, the freshman pitcher, who has done outstanding this year and has really been just a solid starter for Shane Winkler. And then Morgan Johnson, Taylor Woodring, and Emma Jackson. I feel like I'm missing somebody because I can't remember if there were 4 or 5, but I know those 3 in particular, they were selected as second team all-conference. Of course, Emma Jackson leads the NCAA in doubles, and she has been swinging a hot bat. And, of course, Morgan Johnson has been just an absolute beast at the plate, and Taylor Woodring, who has just been a massive improvement this year. And I didn't realize she only hit 5 home runs this year, and I must have seen every single one of them because it really felt like she hit more home runs than that. But she has played really well. So, and this team is, I really feel like ECU is going to beat UAB tomorrow, and I'll tell you why. Because they had multiple opportunities in the 2 losses that they had with UAB over the weekend. They loaded the bases multiple times and just could not, UAB played very well defensively. So I feel like they are really chomping at the bit to get back at them for those 2 losses.
Shane has done a really good job.
He has.
And of course, he has he goes back a ways with this program even before. He was a finalist when he was at Charleston Southern for this job 2 coaches ago.
Oh, really? I did not know that.
He interviewed and was right there on the cusp of getting the job. And he also has another Greenville connection. His top assistant when he was at Charleston Southern was a local pitcher named Meredith Feltz, who went on to have a Hall of Fame career at JMU.
Oh, okay.
So he had a little bit of a connection with Greenville even before he got the job this time.
Oh, that's pretty impressive. I did not know that.
Mac, how do you know so much stuff?
I'm old.
Good answer.
That's
good
it.
answer.
Yeah, sadly.
Shirley, when is the last time East Carolina won a postseason game?
Oh, my goodness.
Tournament game.
A tournament game? I can't remember.
Well, I have been looking this up for quite a while now.
Oh, no. It's been that long?
Okay. We go to 2019. The Pirates beat Tulsa 4-3 in round 1, and then the rest of the tournament was canceled. Do you remember that?
So this wasn't a COVID year.
I think I remember.
Was this wasn't the COVID year? Because COVID would have been 2020.
Could you cut that alarm off, please? I figured after one time it wouldn't go off again. It shocked me to hear it again. I mean, I'm shocked right now.
I have no idea what's going on, but okay. I only heard it the one time.
It's my droplets timer.
Will you do your droplets?
I just did.
All right. I think I remember talking about this, Shirley, like how they were screwed because they were still in the tournament. They were in the semifinals, and I can't remember what happened. Was it weather? We'll have to ask somebody. I bet Chip. You think Chip knows?
Chip would know because at the time he would have been the SID for softball. Yeah. So Chip would know.
Let me reach out to Chip and see if we can get that. All right, let's take a break. I love talking about games. I hate talking about the broader picture of collegiate athletics.
But now that you mention it, I do remember it being canceled. The rest of the turn. I just don't remember why.
Why? We want to get the why.
Why did this happen? Cool Whip.
What are you doing, Chandler?
Food poisoning.
Yeah, that too.
What sound effects are you doing?
Oh, God. Chandler may not make it past the next break at this point.
No. Jerry's the clip having a Bill O'Reilly meltdown. I'll write it, and we'll do it live.
We'll do it live. I'll write it, and then we'll just do it live. Let's go.
I never get mad, so I really enjoy getting fake mad because it does let out some frustration.
See, that's the difference between Cliff and I. He gets fake mad. I just get mad.
Shirley gets mad. No need to fake it.
No, I don't fake it.
Jamie said, it's for my droplets. I've never heard that excuse before. I've got to do my droplets. We will take a timeout, come back more with Coach Mack after this.
It's bow time. Bojangles' new chicken rice bowl is bold from the bottom up with a base of dirty rice, Cajun pintos, grilled chicken or supremes, and a sprinkle of cheese. Like it hot? Add a dash of Texas Pete. Head to Bojangles and try the new chicken rice bowl for a limited time. It's bow time. It's bow time. Bojangles' new chicken rice bowl is bold from the bottom up with a base of dirty rice, Cajun pintos, grilled chicken or supremes, and a sprinkle of cheese. Like it hot? Add a dash of Texas Pete. Head to Bojangles and try the new chicken rice bowl for a limited time. It's bow time.
80s rock band 38 Special with special guest The Cove are coming to Weldon Mills Theater, Eastern Carolina's best entertainment venue, on June 14th. Conveniently located just off I-95 in Roanoke Rapids, Weldon Mills Theater offers a hassle-free entertainment experience with free parking, wallet-friendly concessions, and a cozy atmosphere. With comfortable seating throughout the venue, there isn't a bad seat in the house. Join Weldon Mills Theater for a memorable event where you can relax and make lasting memories. Get your tickets to see 38 Special with special guest The Cove June 14th at weldonmillstheater.com.
Home runs and high fives always go better with a Bud Light. Bud Light is America's favorite light beer and the official beer of the ECU Pirates. Whether you're headed to the ballpark, the jungle, or the couch, be sure to pick up and order some Bud Light and enjoy the ball game. Bud Light is always easy to drink and easy to enjoy. And remember, Pirate Nation, stay in the game and please drink responsibly. Bud Light, the official beer of the ECU Pirates, and proudly distributed by Carolina Eagle Distributing since 1989. Go Pirates!
When you walk through the doors of Villa Verde, you'll experience the sights, sounds, and smells of authentic Dominican flavors. This is Jay from Villa Verde, inviting you to come by and try one of our amazing empanadas, our famous red snappers, grouper bites, seafood paella, Cuban sandwiches, and much, much more. Relax on the patio with a fresh mojito or a cold beer while enjoying one of our out-of-this-world desserts, like our rum pineapple cake or our famous tres leches. Villa Verde on 10th Street, a platform for good, and a proud supporter of the Pirate Nation.
The price is always right at Doug Henry of Greenville. Doug Henry of Greenville is under new management with over 300 vehicles to choose from and brand new inventory arriving daily. Doug Henry is easy to find on the corner of Greenville Boulevard and Memorial Drive and always online at DougHenryGreenville.com. Come on down and purchase the vehicle of your dreams today at Doug Henry of Greenville. Right on the corner, right on the price. Doug Henry of Greenville. Go Pirates!
Hey Pirate Nation, this is Dixon Williams, and the best place to go for custom t-shirts, apparel, or promotional items is University Sportswear. University Sportswear hit a home run for me when I needed my custom shirts. From start to finish, University Sportswear provided superior customer service and a quality product that cannot be beat. If your business, organization, or event needs t-shirts or promotional help, then you need University Sportswear. Visit universitysportswearenc.com for contact information. Go Pirates.
We filled the trucks so you'll save big bucks during the Lazy Boy truckload sale at Bostic Sugg Furniture. Look for the Lazy Boy truck in our parking lot. It's filled with Lazy Boy furniture at huge savings. Take advantage of big rig discounts of up to 50% off Lazy Boy recliners and motion sofas, Lazy Boy stationary furniture, leather, sectionals, and chairs. But quantities are limited. There's no reorders, no rain checks. So roll in before these savings roll out during the Lazy Boy truckload sale at Bostic Sugg Furniture.
Saturdays are your day to kick back, relax, and have fun. That's why Atavola Market Cafe is the perfect place to go for dinner, drinks, and takeout. Atavola is open every Saturday at 4 p.m. on the bar side, serving a special selection of menu favorites of appetizers, pastas, and specialty pizzas. Whether it's dine-in, takeout, or drinks with friends, Atavola is the best choice every Saturday starting at 4 o'clock. Visit AtavolaMarket.com to see what's new, and visit Atavola on Red Banks Road every Saturday starting at 4. Atavola, Pirates supporting Pirates.
This is Holt Nailers. Join me for the Holt Nailers Show every week right here on Pirate Radio, the voice of the Pirate Nation.
There's local politics, bud.
You're listening to Hour 1 of Pirate Radio Live. This hour is brought to you by Pirate Water. Get ready to party, pirates. Go to drinkpiratewater.com to find your new treasure. 21 and older only. Pirate Water. Why be yourself when you can be a pirate? Now, back to the show.
Welcome back. Brown & Wood is your home of the best selection of GMC, Cadillac, Buick, and Mazda in Eastern North Carolina since 1937. You can shop their entire inventory online at brownandwoodauto.com or visit them on Greenville Boulevard. Brown & Wood, Greenville's #1 dealership and the home of the lifetime powertrain warranty. Now let's head back into PRL. Here's Clip.
All right, I had this CD, Woodstock 99.
Oh, this is today's year.
99?
Nope, 98. 98, 99 / 99, depending.
99.
99.
From Woodstock
98.
99.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Could have been 1999.
The song was released in 98.
Fair. Coach Mack, did you go to the original Woodstock?
I grew up in Woodstock.
Really?
But not the famous one.
Not that one. That's what, New York?
The famous one is in New York.
Yeah.
You were Woodstock, Virginia?
Yeah.
VA?
Yep.
A little different there. Maybe a little slower.
There were no comparisons, I assure you.
But the question is, did you attend?
No, I did not.
Did you have any interest in it?
No.
Not your scene?
No.
You weren't a music guy?
I wasn't even aware. Oh, yeah, music guy, but I really wasn't aware of anything like that going on in the world. Again, Woodstock, Virginia was as far removed from that as possible.
I just think that, if there was ever a time that I would like if I could jump into a time machine and visit, a particular point in time, I've always wanted to go back to the original Woodstock, because of all the legendary performances from that particular era. I wouldn't want to go through all the stuff that kind of happened outside of those performances, but I would love to have just been there to see that live, like the Jimi Hendrix and the Bob Seger, and I think Janis Joplin also performed there.
I wonder with all that was going on, if people really got to enjoy that.
I don't think they knew what was happening. You think about how historic and iconic it became, but you don't know if the people that attended knew that they were seeing history. Yeah, that they were seeing history.
Yeah.
But I think that would be a really cool thing to go back and revisit.
You never know you're in the good times until
they're gone.
Mm-hmm.
So somebody said the good old days, they weren't that good, and you weren't that old.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, that's exactly what that is. Yeah.
Steve says he can see the progress in Shirley's face. Keep up the good work.
I told him the same
thank
thing.
you. I appreciate that very much. I have not, like I said, I was telling Coach Mack off the air, my niece likes to call me turkey neck because I have this little double chin thing going on. And so that was one of the primary motivators of getting into this diet, was so that my niece would stop calling me turkey neck.
Wouldn't it suck if all the weight loss went to your face, though, and you just ended up looking like the Beetlejuice character?
Wow.
Tiny head.
Oh, the little guy.
Oh, God. First of all, I love Beetlejuice. That's a great movie. But
is there a new Beetlejuice coming out?
Yes, there is. It is the sequel, and it is going to, I think there's not a second one, so this should be the second one. But it does bring back Kathleen O'Hara, I believe, and also Winona Ryder.
And Michael Keaton.
And Michael Keaton as Beetlejuice, yes. The only person I know that is not returning to that movie is Alec Baldwin.
And I like the girl in it because she was Wednesday.
Yes, she plays Winona Ryder's daughter in this version of Beetlejuice.
Wow, all right. Wednesday.
So I don't know when it's coming out.
September 5th, 2024.
Hey, there's your blockbuster movie we were talking about.
Go see it at
Golden Ticket Cinemas.
Which I may be going this weekend to go watch some apes.
Oh, no,
the apes,
you
baby.
and them daggone apes.
I love them damn dirty apes. Although
it's people!
I've never seen the original. I've only seen this run of recent ones. But I love the trilogy. All right.
Never seen them.
Steve said, Sean sporting the reverse Beetlejuice.
Whoa.
Okay,
sorry,
moving on.
I'm sorry, bud.
We'll move on.
I'm sorry. That was funny. I don't care who you are. That was funny right there.
Coach Mack.
It's the beard, Sean. It's the beard.
Football Scoop says Group of Five. Now, what is the Group of Five? Is that an official term?
5 conferences that are not in
Can we come up with another name?
Yeah, it is kind of derogatory, Group of 5 at this point, but it's sort of an accurate way to refer to those 5 leagues.
This is an article by John Bruce. As college football continues to see shifts in its national landscape, one high-ranking official saying just last week, the real question is for the other conferences, if you're not in the Big Ten or SEC, what are you going to do? We kind of talked about that on this show a little bit. If you're not in those leagues, you're jumping to try to get to those leagues, which ask you something about that in a moment. But preliminary groundwork is underway for the American, Conference USA, Mack, Mountain West, and Sun Belt to have an official Group of 5 top 25 national poll. Now, I saw this linked on Hoist the Colors, and as you would imagine, Pirate fans hate it. They hate this idea. It basically confirms that we're not part of whatever else is going on in college football, and it's another divider.
Yeah, and I can see that point of view. And of course, we talked last week about the Group of 5 possible playoff, and that didn't sound like it went over very well. So there's no way that a poll, there is in basketball a mid-major top 25.
This is voted on by coaches.
I don't know that.
No?
I don't think so.
Okay.
I don't think so. I think it's a bunch of writers,
okay.
Or maybe even fans. I don't know what it is, but I don't think it's by coaches.
Okay.
But yeah, and again, even how you define mid-major is questionable. Where do you draw that line? Is it after the Big East? Is it after the A-10? Is it after the American? Where in basketball do you draw the line? That gets even more complicated than the football. The football one is fairly obvious right now. There are 4 leagues that are committed at one particular level, and of course concerned that could be only 2 going forward. But they still have to play somebody. Everybody talked about. I was listening to a show and they were saying, "Well, I hate that we're not going to see East Carolina play North Carolina." Those games would still happen if they're gonna happen. That might be a bad example, but those games would still happen because there isn't an exact number that those teams could only play each other. That doesn't work.
You're talking about basketball. I follow Mid-Major Madness. I don't know if you're familiar with them.
Yeah,
but I like it because it follows everybody, and you don't just get the big boys and all that stuff. But they did a poll, and they talk about leagues. And previously to teams leaving, they would not talk about the American because they looked at the American as a power. But now this past year, the American is part of their mid-major coverage, because of the schools that left, Houston namely, but the other schools.
Well, Cincinnati, had been doing well, and of course BYU wasn't in the American, but of course they were doing well too. Central Florida, there were 3 that left, right?
Houston, Cincinnati, and
Central Florida.
Yeah. UCF.
Yeah, I can see that, and that's again. But where you draw the line is totally subjective, to be honest. And
sure.
some years they should be, and some years they shouldn't be. But certainly losing those 3 hurt whatever level that the American was at in basketball.
Last week, Coach, you sent me the tweet about a bill proposing that basically NC State and North Carolina play ECU, Charlotte, App State. Although I did see part of this bill, too, was to make sure if North Carolina or NC State jump ship, I guess namely North Carolina, they would be forced to keep playing NC State. I saw that might be a purpose for this bill as well.
Yeah.
Where do you fall into as far as the government telling you?
Well, I hate the government being involved, although I will say the governor of Virginia, forcing the University of Virginia to vote for Virginia Tech is the only way Virginia Tech got in the ACC.
So basically, it's like anything in the government.
If it helps you, you're for it, right?
Exactly, yeah. Now, once it starts being something that is negative to you, you don't like it, which is why I'm going to say I don't like it overall, because today we could get ECU and NC State and North Carolina on the schedule. Tomorrow we could get ECU being forced to play
Campbell,
another team that we don't want to see.
Yeah.
So that is why I'm against it for the most part.
Yeah, it's really hard. And, for forever, the Oklahoma legislature would not allow Oklahoma to leave whatever league they were in without taking Oklahoma State with them. That kept several things from happening, going to the Pac-12 and that kind of thing.
So what changed there? Because obviously OU's going to the SEC.
Yeah, what's our famous saying? The answer is money. What's the question?
Yeah.
there was enough money involved that they felt like they had to do it. But yeah, that's been a fairly common thing. And these, I'm sure there are, the same percentage of bad legislators that there are bad radio announcers. I mean, I'm sure they're not. But like, there was a bill today about the NIL proposed in the South Carolina legislature, and one guy voted against it because it wouldn't allow him to endorse gun sales, and then one because the Catholic Church was going to be involved because the Cowboys were Satan, and the Dallas Cowboys, somehow the Dallas Cowboys got involved in the NIL discussion in the South Carolina legislature. These are not serious people.
I agree with the Cowboys.
Well, again, if it serves your purpose, by golly, you're for it.
And I will vote. I will move to South Carolina and vote for that gentleman or gentlewoman. Yeah, it's all nuts. So. Coach, the football coaching, football scheduling and basketball scheduling is different. You did a lot of your own scheduling for basketball, right?
Yeah.
How many times were you forced to play somebody, either be it the AD or be it the government or anything?
No, I was really lucky that I came along during a time where, I wasn't forced to play. Like, there are a lot of mid-major schools like at Chattanooga that are forced to play Division I games to earn enough money. We never had to play a guarantee game. We played maybe 3 while I was at Chattanooga in 12 years, but they were games that I wanted to play.
I wanted the Indiana game you talk about?
Say it again.
Is that one of those, the Indiana game with the undefeated Hoosiers or whatever?
No, that was at Virginia Tech. That was way back. That was a tournament game.
Gotcha.
No, that wasn't a guarantee game. But this was at Chattanooga. We played at Kentucky because we had several players from Louisville. We played at Tennessee just because we wanted to play them, and the same thing for Vanderbilt. But we never had to play a guarantee game any of those times, and I was never told we had to play anybody. I was really, really lucky, and of course we were at a different time because I've gone over this list. At Chattanooga, we were able to come to our place: Georgia Tech, Alabama, Auburn, Mississippi State, Texas, Ohio State, Purdue, Michigan, Penn State. We were able to get all these teams to come, and that just doesn't happen anymore.
Another thing that annoys me now that I'm thinking about it, we have been told that in basketball we can't do one of those games at State or Carolina because the conference we're in, we have to do a home and home, or something to that effect.
Yeah.
So
there are conferences that
we're not getting home and homes. It's not happening with North Carolina and NC State. So instead, we're playing these D2 schools at home.
Yeah.
How is that good for anybody?
Yeah, no, that's not good. And you ought to have some flexibility. But
exactly, common sense.
Yeah, and there are regulations to every league. You can't play somebody below such and such number in the RPI or the net or whatever it is, and you have to buy so many games. Or there are some leagues where you can't play non-Division I games at all.
I know you like talking about these things. Have you ever thought about being one to enforce these things, being an administrator or anything like that? I mean, have you thought about going into that?
I did that a little bit while I was here in terms of being an administrator, but not necessarily a sport administrator. But
like being an AD somewhere, did you have interest in that?
Yeah, I mean, eventually I would have done that. It certainly wasn't a goal while I was coaching ever. Right. And when I got moved into that role, it was strictly on a personal relationship kind of thing with Coach Holland, because he had some things that he wanted me to kind of tackle and take over, and I ended up having a lot of other duties as it went forward under a different administration. So that's why I'm doing radio.
And here we are. There we go. Coach Mack McCarthy joining us, Pirate Radio Studios. Let's take a break. Jamie says, that's crazy considering we played Michigan, not a home and home. Shouldn't matter if it's an in-state school or not, holding us back. Well, football is different than basketball. Football, we can go do a bye game. Basketball, from what we've been told, we can't do one of those one-off games like that. We went and played Florida, but that was at a neutral site. So I guess that technically didn't count as a bye game. Or I don't know. I don't understand why we can't do an away game at NC State next year, and how we're being looked down upon. Has anybody seen our basketball program? Again, common sense. Like, I don't know. It irritates me. What are you eating over there, Chandler? Your weight's already going up. What did Mack said under? Oh, okay. Mack likes you eating. You're good. What you eating?
I just finished a sirloin steak, some broccoli, about to eat some raspberries.
I got you a Snickers later on, buddy.
Is this your lunch?
Yeah.
Late lunch.
Late.
Of course, you're going to be out at the ball field, so planning ahead. We'll take a break. More with Coach Mack when we return. I don't know if I've even mentioned Canes tonight. Big game 2 in New York. We'll talk about that one later in hour number 2. And, of course, Pirates and Devils. Clark LeClaire at 6 o'clock. More to go. Pirate Radio Live after this.
Sun's out, guns out in Pirate Nation. Lindsay Gray here with Carolina Caliber. The weather's getting hotter and so are our deals. Ladies, don't miss your chance on 25% off Alexo Athletica concealed carry shorts. Guys, we've got Leopold t-shirts marked down for you. Speaking of Leopold, get a VX Freedom 4 to 12 by 50 scope with free aluminum lens covers for only $3.99. This is over a $600 value. We'll continue to bring on the heat every week with the largest selection of firearms and accessories in Eastern NC. Shop online or stop on by Carolina Caliber on Fire Tower Road in Winterville. It's a time-honored tradition.
Washington's favorite place to eat and where all the locals go is down on Main Street. Down on Main Street's famous weekday lunch specials are only $7.99. Stop by for the house salad with grilled chicken, the half club sandwich with chips, or everyone's favorite, the fried shrimp plate. After work, Down on Main Street is the perfect spot for dinner and a drink on the patio. Join Down on Main Street every Wednesday for half-price wings from 4 to close. Down on Main Street in historic downtown Washington. Go Pirates!
Spring is here, the grass is starting to grow, and you need to mow now with 0% for 42 months retail financing on new Hustler zero-turn mowers. That's right, qualified buyers can enjoy 0% for 42 months on qualifying Hustler zero-turn mowers. Come into Ron Ayers Motorsports today and get that Hustler Turf zero-turn lawnmower you've been dreaming of. That's Ron Ayers Motorsports, Highway 11, north of the airport in Greenville, or visit RonAyersMotorsports.com. Qualified buyers with minimum purchase. Other restrictions apply. See dealer for complete details.
Hi, I'm Walker Allen Volova, and I'm with CopyPro. CopyPro has been locally owned and operated here in Eastern North Carolina for over 50 years. CopyPro is the leader in office technology. Does your business struggle with keeping printing costs low or producing professional documents? Here at CopyPro, total satisfaction is our #1 priority. We have a variety of solutions to help reduce your printing expenses and make your business more productive. Call us today at 1-800-682-6558 or online at copypro.net. CopyPro, we are the professional office systems people.
It's time to think about our moms and our graduates. Hi, it's Rhonda from Russell's Clothing in downtown Washington, and we have just what you need to celebrate them both. With a great selection of beautiful spring apparel and new jewelry additions, moms are sure to feel special. If you can't decide, a gift certificate always works. Make it easy and shop Russell's downtown Washington, where selection, service, and free signature gift wrap is all about you, our pirate friends and customers.
Your Wood Ducks host the Lynchburg Hillcats May 9th through the 12th. Join them on Thursday for $2 natural lights, bush lights, and peanuts. It is Women in Sports Night on Friday with a pregame panel and a pink visor giveaway presented by Lenore Community College. And on Saturday, there will be a red pocketbook jersey giveaway for the first 1,000 fans sponsored by Lenore Community College in honor of Heritage Night. Get your tickets today at woodducksbaseball.com or at the box office the day of the game. The Wood Ducks can't wait to see you all summer long. Go Woodies!
This is Brian Harris with 360 Golf Carts, Pitt County's go-to shop for all things golf carts. We have E-Z-Go, club car, and utility carts to choose from. Whether it's for the beach, riding around the neighborhood, or working in the yard, 360 Golf Carts has the perfect ride for you. If you have issues with your current cart, take it by my shop for an expert's diagnosis. From parts to sales to service, we have you covered. We will even deliver right to you. So come see me, Brian Harris, on Highway 43 just past D.H. Conley High School. 360 Golf Carts, Pirates supporting Pirates.
Before anyone walks into your business, the outside is what they see. Make sure your first impression is a good impression with the right curb appeal. Hi, this is Daniel Andrews from Dan Andrews Lawn Service. We specialize in making your business look great. Let us handle all your professional landscaping needs. We do it all so you don't ever have to worry. Residential services are also available. Call us today at 717-8006 and we'll come out and give you a free quote. Taking care of your landscaping needs is all we do, and we've been doing it for over 20 years. You can trust our reliable team at Dan Andrews Lawn Service, covering all of Eastern North Carolina.
Pirate Radio.
You must be a pirate for the Pirate's Code to apply, and you're not. And thirdly, the code is more what you'd call guidelines than actual rules.
The voice of the Pirate Nation. You're listening to Hour 1 of Pirate Radio Live. This hour is brought to you by Pirate Water. Get ready to party, pirates. Go to drinkpiratewater.com to find your new treasure. 21 and older only. Pirate Water. Why be yourself when you can be a pirate? Now, back to the show.
Welcome back. Are you in outside sales and looking for an opportunity to increase your earning potential? Well, CopyPro has been in Eastern North Carolina for over 45 years and continues to grow each year, and they are in need of more sales professionals with a desire to potentially make a six-figure income. Do you have what it takes? Visit copypro.net today to submit your resume and to learn more. Now let's head back into PRL. Here's Clip.
Alrighty, we're back with you here on a Tuesday. Couple more minutes left to go with Mack McCarthy. Skip's here. Hello, Skip. Coach Mack, you watching any NBA or NHL right now?
Zero NHL, although I do catch some highlights every now and then, just stumbling through SportsCenter, although SportsCenter isn't what it used to be. A little bit of NBA, but not much. I was telling you that stat earlier that I stumbled across. Starters left in the NBA playoffs. There are 5 starters over the age of 30. That would be one of the reasons why I don't know many of the guys that are out there right now.
I think I have a similar stat. How many players born in the 1980s remain on playoff teams?
Whoa. That's got to be single digits. It's got to be less than 5.
It is 8. Oh. That's the number I saw this week.
Wow.
So there's, again, the youth movement. And Anthony Edwards has been the talk of these playoffs, and he is 22 years of age, and his Timberwolves go on the road and beat the Nuggets 2 games.
He's playing unbelievable, and we talked about this last week. How in the world did they have a losing record with him on the team at Georgia? Tom Crean. Yeah. Tom Crean must be the reason. And the reason he's no longer there.
And the reason he's on TV now.
Of course, he knows everything. You notice how a lot of coaches that didn't have great records are on TV?
Well, I'm not going to hate on that because I never played a high-level sport, and I'm on the radio.
I understand. But
then again, I'm not an analyst.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, so that you're right. That is different. A lot of quarterbacks threw a ton of picks growing up, and now they're on TV. But that's fine. They know more about it than I do. I can learn something from them.
Yeah, Phil Simms and Esiason both got the boot.
Yeah, talked about that a little bit on Friday. I like Boomer. I don't like Phil Simms.
What are we going to do with the NBA if TNT doesn't have...
Not watch the NBA anymore at all.
Holy cow. And Ernie's already said he's not going to NBC. Charles and the rest of them, they haven't really said that.
Well, I feel like Charles has talked about retiring for the last 5 years. Like
he was going to retire when he was 60, and that didn't happen. And he's just keeping on going. And again, it's the Dan Jenkins thing. They're money whipping his butt.
Oh my goodness, no doubt about that. But I feel like he puts it out there a lot, and every time he does it, it worries me where, I'm not going to do this forever. In about 5 years, I'm gone, And I feel like 5 years has gone by a couple of times. So how old is he, Coach Max? He's well into his 60s now or early 60s?
Yeah, he's got to be early 60s. It's not that old. 60, let's see. Golly, Ned, when I was there, I'm trying to think, probably 64?
So I've grown up. He is 61.
Oh,
so he's got a few years.
Yeah, he's fine.
I've grown up watching. I remember Charles on the Suns and Rockets. I did not watch 76ers Charles.
Yeah,
but like for a lot of my basketball life, he has been on television with Ernie and Kenny, and it's the best ever, I say. But has there ever been a better team on TV when it comes to basketball? Then again, I guess there wasn't much probably in the 70s or 80s like there is inside the NBA, right?
Yeah, this whole thing of a pregame, postgame, halftime, that's a relatively new thing,
right.
And
so they're the standard.
Yeah. Yeah, they are. And they developed that. I mean, it used to be a fairly short thing, and now they've made it a longer pregame, a longer postgame, and like I said, I've been lucky enough to go by there and watch some, but I've never been there with Shaq. I've been there with Weber and with Magic, and I'm trying to think of who else maybe, but it's pretty amazing to watch them off the air because it's exactly like they are on the air.
You're not an NFL guy, so do you? I guess you don't care who's on the pregame shows because you're probably not watching anyway, right?
No, I mean I do flip through the pregame shows just to kind of get a feel, and nothing else is on Sunday unless it's the end of NASCAR season. But yeah, I watch a little bit of the ESPN, a little bit of the Fox, a little bit of each one of them. And I don't really have anybody that I just really object to or fall in love with. Certainly not like nothing like TNT.
Yeah. Speaking of NASCAR, we got Darlington,
the best track.
The Black Widow, Lady in Black.
Lady in Black.
See, I'm a NASCAR guy. Do you need to see qualifying before you make a pick, or?
Oh no,
you're good.
Not even close.
All right.
Not even close. I mean, the pick is really easy. It's Denny Hamlin. He's the best there is right at that place. If you want a dark horse, go Reddick, who can run the top of any track, and you've got to be able to run the top at Darlington to have a chance to win. So. If one of those two doesn't win, it'll be a little bit of a surprise.
Coach, I do have a question. Do you know anything about the Indy 500?
Very little.
Very little? Okay.
Very little.
Well, because Team Penske, the president, suspended his crew chief and somebody else. And there's
about 6 or 7 guys.
Yeah. I didn't know if you had any details on that, could clarify exactly what happened there.
Yeah, what happened was in a race, they have this thing where they have press to accelerate. That's not the term, but you can press to pass. You can press a button, and you get so many of those in a race. And they were in a race where they shouldn't have had that, and they still had that hooked up, and they won the race. And it was a computer thing, and they've explained how to do it, but somebody was ultimately going to be responsible. And almost nobody would do what Roger Penske did, suspending all these key people, and he's suspending key people for the next 2 races, which includes the Indy 500. And there are some critical people, and even his top driver, who wasn't involved in that, is losing 2 of his crew that are on his pit box. So it's a really big deal, and a tough situation. But you love when somebody steps up and does the right thing, despite the fact that it could cost them dearly.
Coach Mack, enjoyed it. Hour went by pretty fast.
I don't even know what we talked about, but it was fun.
I guess so. We talked about something. Talked about Chon a little bit.
Chon, I'm giving Chon a ride to the game. He likes to get there early.
Yeah, you mind if you take me right now?
Come on, buddy.
Yeah, it's about that time, isn't it?
Can we? Do we just end the show when you leave?
No.
At 5:30? Sure.
No, Shirley says no.
No, because I told you I'd take over after he left.
Shirley's a team player.
Can you do my job too?
No, I can't do that. I mean, that's a lot of mice over here that I have to handle.
A lot of mice.
There's a lot of
mouse.
I thought you were going to say I had a lot of mouth.
That too.
Shirley's not a team player. Shirley is the team.
There is an I in Shirley.
We is the team.
Mac, we'll see you next week.
Thanks, guys.
All right, we'll take a break, come back. Mully Man joins us when we return. Busy hour 2. We'll get to it after this.
Change. How many lives are living strange? Where were you while we were getting high?
Here with Jeff Stein at Brown & Wood, it's a great time to buy a used vehicle.
It's not a great time, it's a perfect time to buy a used car from Brown & Wood. We have over 115 used vehicles in stock, and we're number 1 in the market on price. We have limited lifetime powertrain on all of our used cars under 80,000 miles, so go to brownandwoodauto.com to find out more. 4 brands, 3 generations, 2 rooftops, and 1 goal to make sure you leave a happy customer.
Did you know that GUC's utility rates are not only low in the region, but also the state? That's right. When you combine the average electric, water, wastewater, and natural gas into one bill, only people in 2 of the 15 largest cities pay less than GUC customers. Only 2. Low rates and high reliability. Working in the best interest of the community rather than shareholders. That's the value of public utilities. That's the value of GUC.
If you're in the market for a swimming pool and you're located from the capital to the coast, Elite Pools can make it happen for you. They are the Carolina's premier fiberglass and concrete pool builder and renovation contractor. Every pool is built with the highest quality products and on schedule. Visit the Elite Pool showroom located across from Agri Supply in Greenville with fiberglass pools on site and a design center to simplify all of your pool selections. They also have a full service department with pool supplies and they provide expert water analysis. Call Elite Pools today at 689-6557 or visit ElitePoolsNC.com. For pools, think Elite Pools.
Are you tired of the same old fast food routine? Shake things up for lunch and dinner at Clean Eats Cafe. We've cracked the code to make healthy dining tasty and affordable. Whether it's a power lunch or a family dinner, we've got you covered. Sit down in our cafe for a brainstorming session or catch up with friends. Even stop in after a workout for protein smoothies or a protein iced coffee. Our atmosphere is welcoming and our food is fresh. All for about the same price as fast food. It's time to ditch the drive-thru and feast on flavor at Clean Eats Cafe, Red Banks Road in Arlington Village.
Southern Ease has arrived, Pirate Nation. Whether you savor the bourbon flavor or indulge in other delightful options, Southern Ease gummies are here to elevate your moments. And here's the best part, you can enjoy them with an exclusive discount. Head over to southernease.com now and use the code PIRATE at checkout for a fantastic 25% off your first order. At Southern Ease, you can be living life to your fullest, one sweet moment at a time. southernease.com.
Do you want to get rid of wrinkles, tighten and lift your skin, smooth your skin texture, erase veins and brown spots, get rid of unwanted hair and under-eye fat pads? Are you interested in Botox or filler? Contact the licensed professionals at Beauty Bar Medi-Spa for a free consultation and ask about our newest technologies and treatments. Learn more at beautybarmedispa.com, Red Banks Road, Greenville. Enjoy your visit, love your transformation, and go Pirates!
Want a great lunch with quick service?
Huckleburger.
Need a place to dine out with the family tonight?
Huckleburger.
The fastest full-service restaurant in town.
Huckleburger.
Huckleburger is committed to 3 core values: highest level of customer service, high-quality, delicious food, and lightning speed. The Huckleburger menu features delicious burgers, cheesesteaks, chicken sandwiches, black bean burgers, salads, and much more. Huckleburger in Greenville near Lowe's on Memorial Drive and off of 15th Street near the movie theater in Washington.
Huckleburger.
Delicious, fast, fresh, and friendly. Yard Gnomes Baseball is here. The Greenville Yard Gnomes offer summer fun with your family and friends at an affordable price. Catch every game at historic Guy Smith Stadium and enjoy great food from area food trucks, cold beverages, and exciting baseball action. Single game tickets start as low as $10 and mini plans as low as $48. Visit yardgnomesbaseball.com to get your tickets and Yard Gnome swag. Come out and hang with your Gnomies this summer with the Greenville Yard Gnomes.
This is Pirate Radio, WGHB Farmville, 1250 and 92.7 FM Greenville, WDLX Washington, 930 and 104.1 FM Washington. You're listening to Hour 2 of Pirate Radio Live. Do you need custom t-shirts, apparel, or promotional items for your business, organization, or event? Keep it local. Print it local with University Sportswear. Contact them today at universitysportswearenc.com. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back. Have you heard? Greenville Auto World is under new ownership and is now part of the DriveHereNow.com network. DriveHereNow.com is run by local people who buy, service, detail, and sell everything directly to you. Greenville Auto World is now the 5th dealership to join DriveHereNow.com. Get car shopping today at DriveHereNow.com and choose a location near you. DriveHereNow.com, serving Eastern North Carolina for over 47 years and a proud supporter of the Pirates. Now let's head back in to PRL. Here's Clip.
We'll reach out to the Mully man here, Mike Mullis, as East Carolina and Duke set to do battle in now less than 2 hours, Chandler.
Yes. By the way, I was just looking at this ticker that we have up here now, this new score bug.
Yeah.
it keeps up with like if the bases are empty and like I can't remember what game it was, but there was a guy on first and second.
So like tomorrow, Wednesday's a big day baseball. Oh yeah, we'll have a lot of games on. Day games on Wednesday and Thursday to keep an eye on. Very cool. Yeah. And I think soon maybe we'll have some lines up there as well.
Yes.
Perhaps. All right. Speaking of lines, I was going to see if I could find ECU and Duke for tonight and see if it is out there on DraftKings College Baseball. East Carolina minus 135. On the money line, the total over under 12.5. So expecting a lot of runs tonight at Clark LeClaire Stadium. Mike Mullis joins us on the Pirate Radio Live line. Mully, how you doing, man?
Good, buddy. How are you?
Doing good. Getting ready for another big midweek game as East Carolina's got another big one tonight. Top 10 team rolling into town, the Duke Blue Devils. Mully, I know you've been watching them from afar all year, and we have referenced this game. They can hit. They can swing it, and part of that is credit to a Pirate, Eric Tyler, part of that Duke coaching staff. E.T., third baseman here, very good player for East Carolina. Now will be with the enemy coming up tonight. Mully, how about this matchup? What, I guess, is the offense the thing that stands out when you look at the Blue Devils?
Well, yeah, I guess so. I mean, obviously 85 home runs. They're hitting like 315, 316 as a team. They've got 2 or 3 guys that are kind of have matter of fact, Ben Miller, his numbers and Carter Cunningham's numbers are remarkably close. So yeah, I mean they're good, but so they're the guy that's going for them tonight, I'm drawing a blank, Clip, I'm sorry, but left-hander, he was a weekend rotation guy for them and got hurt, hadn't pitched in 5 weeks, 6 weeks, so he's going back out, so that'll be a big part of the story. Obviously the Pirates going Eric Ritchie. That's always an interesting deal when he goes out, and I keep holding my breath and just waiting for him to have that magical outing where he kind of figures it out, because the stuff is so good. And you've heard me say that a lot. It's just the ability to throw strikes, and really it's fastball command, which is, even kind of more bizarre. But yeah, I mean, I think there are a lot of stories, man. I really do. I think 12 and a half runs. If I were to wager on that, I think I'd have to go over, to be honest with you. The other part, Duke's coming off of a series with Longwood, so obviously not one of these murderous ACC series. So they were able to get some work for some guys a little deeper in their pen that haven't thrown much, which obviously allowed some of their guys to rest, which would lead you to believe that you may see them tonight. 3 guys on their staff with 20-plus appearances. So, I think there are a lot of stories that this thing could be really, really interesting. I think we could see, another kind of bizarre chain of events like we've seen with, I say bizarre, interesting things happen like the cycle and the combined no-hitters and all the stuff that's happened this year. I think tonight lends itself to, we just don't know what we're going to see.
Mike Mullis joining us, Pirate Radio Live line. Hit on some of the storylines for Duke there, storylines for ECU, Mully. Danny Beal has a long outing on Sunday on game 1 of the doubleheader. No Root over the weekend. We haven't seen Schenk in a while. So you think you're down all 3 of those guys for tonight? You're definitely not going to see Root. But how about Schenkman and Beal?
I would be surprised if you see Schenkman. But I'm never surprised when you see Bill.
Yeah.
I mean, I would think, I would think in some capacity he may be available. It would be a really quick turnaround after what was a fairly extended outing. But, nothing would surprise me. And, we've all come to know Danny both as a player, but as a dude. And he's competitive. He wants the ball. This is, this is his swan song in the Pirate uniform. So I think it'll be up to him. I think it'll be one of those things that, the staff will go to him and say, hey, do you have anything in the tank? And if he feels like he can help the club, I certainly would not be surprised to see him.
Pirates have top 8 aspirations, Mully. How detrimental to that top 8 was Sunday night's loss? Is East Carolina right now need to basically win out, you think, to get into that top 8?
I think it's close, Clip. I think tonight's game, ironically, because East Carolina is currently 5-1 against the quad 1 team, so the top 20, 25 teams in the country, you almost have a little grace in this game, if you will, in that, because of where Duke is, number 9 in the country, and their RPI and all, it's almost like a loss to Duke doesn't affect you as negatively as a win against USF. So I think that tonight would be the game to give. I do think that USF game was penalizing, and it's not necessarily immediately reflected in the RPI. Obviously, still have a really strong and high RPI, but these things start to become some of the parts. You look at everything at selection time. So, in answer to your original question, I think the Pirates have to really play well going down the stretch, and then the big question becomes, and how does the conference tournament affect what that looks like?
Yeah.
Obviously, there's not as much consideration given for the tournament, but there's certainly a human nature recency bias that would have a bearing if East Carolina were to have a less than stellar showing in the conference tournament. And obviously, if you were to lose 2 games there, you've lost to 2 pretty low RPI teams. So, man, I just think there's still a lot of questions to be answered, starting tonight.
Well, Mully, one thing we can just about check off in Penn is a regular season championship, and we didn't talk to you last week. This is the first time we've talked on the air, Mully, since ECU finally has overtaken UTSA. It took a long time, all the way since the first series of the year, but the Pirates were able to catch and surpass the UTSA. So when you're building a resume, regular season championship looks good. This midweek that the ECU has had this year, it looks fantastic. Could really cap that off with a win over Duke here tonight, and then a win next week against Campbell, and then you got your conference tournament. So they're checking some boxes here along the way, but I know you did worry for a while about UTSA.
Yeah, I did, and it was just not knowing. We got some pretty good help from some of the conference members in taking care of UTSA, and they've kind of come back to earth. Not kind of, they really come back to earth. And but when you had a team swinging the bats like they were, it's enough to make you nervous. But yeah, this appears to be a foregone conclusion at this point as far as the regular season title. Obviously, anything could still happen, but yeah, I'm kind of glad to have them I would say comfortably in the rear view.
Mike Mullis joining us. Jamie asking, we talked about Shink briefly a moment ago. Jamie asking, have you heard anything on his health since last week? When do you expect to see him, Mully?
I mean, I would think no later than the weekend would kind of be what the word on the street is. But he has been playing toss and is making his way back, and and that's obviously a huge positive if we can get those 2 guys back, and it's still a huge loss with Jake Hunter. But, you get those 2 guys back, and if you can find your way through the rest of the season healthy and then into the regional, man, you just got to feel pretty good if you get out of the regional that you really like those guys in a best of 3.
Mike Mullis joining us. Mully, you on the call tonight on ESPN Plus?
I am. I'm here now. I just actually moved over and get ready to head into the stadium.
Well, we'll listen to you. Have a great call, and we'll talk more Pirate baseball with you. And I need to ask you something. You know what? I'll ask you on the air, Mully. How about you want to run it back this year? You want to do a live selection show here at Pirate Radio on Selection Monday?
Absolutely. Yeah, that was a lot of fun. Yeah, let's do it.
Run it back. We'll be live in the Pirate Radio studios coming up on Selection Monday with the Mully Man, Mike Mullis. All right, awesome. Thank you, Mully. We'll talk to you next week.
Okay, buddy. I'll talk to you soon.
There he is, the Mully Man, joining us, Pirate Radio Live Line. Let's keep it rolling on a busy hour, too, because joining us next will be Michael Villafana from the Greenville Yard Names. Talk a little Summer League baseball here with some Pirate connections here and there. Talk about the great promotions they'll have going on and a lot more when Michael joins us live inside the Pirate Radio studios. Hour 2 of Pirate Radio Live. Back with you after this.
80s rock band 38 Special with special guest The Cove are coming to Weldon Mills Theater, Eastern Carolina's best entertainment venue on June 14th. Conveniently located just off I-95 in Roanoke Rapids, Weldon Mills Theater offers a hassle-free entertainment experience with free parking, wallet-friendly concessions, and a cozy atmosphere. With comfortable seating throughout the venue, there isn't a bad seat in the house. Join Weldon Mills Theater for a memorable event where you can relax and make lasting memories. Get your tickets to see 38 Special with special guest The Cove June 14th at weldonmillstheater.com.
Home runs and high fives always go better with a Bud Light. Bud Light is America's favorite light beer and the official beer of the ECU Pirates. Whether you're headed to the ballpark, the jungle, or the couch, be sure to pick up and order some Bud Light and enjoy the ball game. Bud Light is always easy to drink and easy to enjoy. And remember, Pirate Nation, stay in the game and please drink responsibly. Bud Light, the official beer of the ECU Pirates, and proudly distributed by Carolina Eagle Distributing since 1989. Go Pirates!
The brunch is back. The famous brunch buffet at Fifth Street Hardware has a variety of breakfast and lunch items from 10:30 to 2, including an omelet station and prime rib, and a special Sunday cocktail menu, including mimosa flights. Don't forget, Fifth Street Hardware has lunch specials every day, along with over 40 beers on tap. Trivia Wednesday, live music every Thursday night, and a late night menu through the weekend. Visit FifthStreetHardware.com or give them a follow on Facebook and Instagram for a weekly lineup and more. Go Pirates!
There's a special deal at US Cellular where you can get unlimited data for just $30 a line. It's perfect for you, Barbershop Quartet.
That's us.
And right now, you can even get 4 free phones.
4 free phones.
US Cellular, built for us. Terms apply. Visit uscellular.com for details.
This is Brandon Tate, owner and operator of Atlantic Wireless, an authorized agent for US Cellular since 1997. Visit atlanticwireless.com to find the store near you. We go beyond the call.
Looking for physical therapy near you? Have you had orthopedic surgery, a work or sports injury, or a medical condition that has limited your day-to-day activities? At ENC Physical Therapy, we strive to provide one-on-one care with a personalized treatment plan with little to no wait times for initial evaluation. ENC Physical Therapy is located in Washington, a convenient 20-minute drive from Greenville. As a patient, you have options and the right to choose where to go. So give ENC Physical Therapy a call today at 252-495-0018. ENC Physical Therapy.
Pirate fans, the 2024 ECU football season will be here before you know it, and season tickets are on sale now. Lock in your season tickets to be a part of the Dowdy-Ficklin experience all year long. Season tickets start as low as $115. Payment plans are also available to fans who lock in their seats early. Just head to ECUPirates.com or call the athletic ticket office at 1-800-DIAL-ECU. We look forward to seeing you in Dowdy-Ficklin Stadium in 2024.
Greenville's hometown pizzeria is Cucinella's. Cucinella's has 2 locations with great options for lunch, dinner, takeout, and they now offer catering. Dine in for lunch with a slice, salad, and a drink with a friend, or stop by after work and grab a beer or glass of wine while you wait for your to-go order. The best pizza, grinders, salads, and homemade Italian ice is at Cucinella's. Cucinella's Midtown across from Best Buy, downtown across from Sup Dogs, and on Facebook and Instagram. Cucinella's, serving handcrafted pizza since 1932. Come taste the difference.
The icy treat that can't be beat is Sparky Snowballs. From big kids to little kids, Sparky Snowballs has been making smiles happen for over 20 years. If you're not in the mood to chill out with a snowball, Sparky's funnel cakes and fried Oreos are a perfect Sparky-licious treat every time. Are you having an event, party, or fundraiser? Call Sparky's to come on site. Remember to follow Sparky's on Facebook or visit SparkySnowballs.com to see where they'll be next.
This is Ryan McChrystal from ECU Baseball, and you're listening to Pirate Radio, the voice of the Pirate Nation.
Early in the morning, rising in the street, light me up that cigarette and I'll strap shoes on my feet.
You're listening to Hour 2 of Pirate Radio Live. Do you need custom t-shirts, apparel, or promotional items for your business, organization, or event? Keep it local. Print it local with University Sportswear. Contact them today at universitysportswearenc.com. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back. When you walk through the doors of Villa Verde, you'll experience the sights, sounds, and smells of authentic Dominican flavors. Villa Verde is inviting you to come by and try some of their amazing empanadas, famous famous red snapper, grouper bites, Cuban sandwiches, and more. Relax on the patio with a fresh mojito or a cold beer while enjoying one of their out-of-this-world desserts like the rum pineapple cake. Villa Verde on 10th Street, a platform for good and a proud supporter of the Pirate Nation. Now let's head back into PRL. Here's Clip.
All righty, back with you here, Pirate Radio Live on a Tuesday. Clip Rock here, hour 2, and we'll keep the baseball talk going and welcome in Michael Villafana from the Greenville Yard Gnomes and talk a little Summer League baseball. Michael is back with us in the Pirate Radio studios. How you doing, Michael?
I'm doing well. Thanks for having me back.
Absolutely. Always a good time to talk baseball, and I wanted to commend you and the Yard Gnomes folks for the April Fool's Day post. We had a lot of fun with that one on the air. When you dropped that one with the promotion nights. We have some real promotional nights, I believe we'll talk about, but really enjoyed the bedtime night, no plumbing night, barefoot baseball night. That was a great post.
Yeah, we got a lot of traction off of that, so maybe we might have to tie some of those in future seasons.
No doubt. A lot of good ideas up there. Some that maybe wouldn't work on the field, but others that you could do a spinoff or something like that. So, Michael, let's talk about where we are with the Yard Gnomes. How close are we getting to opening night?
Yeah, we're right around the corner. Our home opener is May 24th, so we're just over 2 weeks away, and it's coming up fast.
Wow, that's awesome. And noticed a lot of rosters being put together, a lot of players being announced on the Yard Gnomes Twitter, X. You can go to @YardGnomes if you want to follow there. But is the entire roster filled at this point?
Yeah, for the most part, we're pretty much full. We'll have about 55 different players kind of represent the Yard Gnomes throughout the season. It really kind of depends on when their college season completes. So obviously, we're hoping that a lot of our players will advance far in the postseason, and we'll have some conditional players here the first couple of weeks of the season.
No doubt. And as people around here want to know, ECU guys, many ECU guys on the roster.
We do have one, Corey Costello, so lefty reliever. We're thrilled to have him on our roster.
Young Pirate pitcher who was just talked about by his teammates the other day, is a guy we could see down the stretch here for East Carolina, and saw a couple of Dallas Baptist guys coming on, and they are a historically very good college baseball team, so that's pretty interesting to see guys from East Carolina, Wilmington, but also all over the country coming here.
Yeah, absolutely. We're thrilled with our roster. I think we got over 30 different Division I players represented, and a couple guys from Western Kentucky. You mentioned Wilmington, so a lot of guys that we're super excited to bring to Greenville this summer.
One thing that always fascinates me, and I've talked to the ECU players that have gone to other leagues and have stayed with host families. That is something that is very interesting and something you need for this team, correct?
Yeah, absolutely. We're still looking for some host families for this summer. Really, the only things that we require our host families to have is a bed and a bathroom for our players. These players can be as involved in your day-to-day life as you want, or you can have them kind of take a backseat. It's really up to you. But we are looking for more host families. So if you yourself want to become a host family or know of somebody, send them our direction, and we'd be happy to talk to them.
Yeah, if you got empty nest syndrome, or I've heard some of the guys say that they have gone to families that actually have kids and became a big brother for a summer and played baseball and had fun like that. So if people are interested, they can contact you.
Yeah,
how do they do that?
Yeah, contact me. You can find my email on our website, or you can contact us through social media. But one thing I do want to say about the host family system is a lot of our players that we bring in can be good role models for young kids, whether it's a young baseball player, a young softball player. And we actually had a host family reach out to me over the weekend when ECU was playing USF, and we have a player from USF on the roster, and he actually took the time to interact with this family.
Oh, great!
And because of that, we're going to pair them up throughout the summer, and it was just something that this USF player was able to interact with this family and made a lasting impact. So that's what we're trying to do with our host families.
Michael Villafana, Greenville Yard Gnomes, joining us here inside the Pirate Radio studios, and the season coming up just over 2 weeks away from the home opener. How about a stadium update, Michael? Tell us the details on that.
Yeah, absolutely. I think last time I was here, we hadn't really done anything at the ballpark yet, but we're about 90% complete. So I'm super thrilled with where the ballpark's ready or is at currently, and we'll be ready for opening day on May 24th. So a lot of cool upgrades. We essentially established a first base concourse that will kind of feature all of our food and beverage and group spaces, bathrooms, things like that. So super excited to unveil that on May 24th.
And man, I've played at Guy Smith Stadium as a youngster and watched big games there, and just a great place to watch a game, and a place that the Yard Gnomes will call home. It'll be pretty cool.
Yeah, absolutely. We're looking forward to it. I think it's going to be a great hitters ballpark. I think it's going to be a little bit on the smaller end for a Coastal Plain League ballpark, but hopefully that'll lead to a lot of exciting games, and hopefully we'll have a lot of home runs hit by the Gnomes.
All right. How about the minor league baseball and even summer league baseball? A lot of it is about promotions, getting kids and families out there having a good time. So what promotions do you have lined up or that you're excited about for this season?
Yeah, we got a lot of great promotions. I think every single night we're going to try to have a different theme or promotion. Obviously, we have our home opener that we'll be celebrating on the 24th of May, but we'll be celebrating ALS awareness on June 1st. I know that kind of touches home here in Greenville. We'll also have a sensory-friendly game on June 2nd. That's for those that may kind of have those over-sensory needs. So we'll turn the music down a little bit, kind of be a little bit more relaxed on kind of the simulating parts of a ball game, things like that. We'll have appreciation weekends for not only teachers but also military and police and fire. We'll also have Star Wars night on July 5th. We'll have our ECU Alumni Day where we'll actually be wearing specialty jerseys for that, and those will actually be auctioned off
Nice.
for a nonprofit that we're working with, and that's on July 13th. And then we'll also have NASCAR Day on July 14th. I think that's going to be a super exciting one. We'll be bringing in a pace car from Martinsville, so I think it's going to be a super fun night.
Shirley, you pumped for Star Wars night? You gonna bring your lightsaber out to the park?
Oh, all day. Come on now. I will have my Rebel Alliance T-shirt on. I'm all for it.
I love a good promotion, and a lot coming up this season with the Greenville Yard Gnomes. You can go to yardgnomesbaseball.com, get ticket information, and then purchase them there too, right?
Yeah, absolutely. We still got season tickets available as well as mini plans. So if you don't want to make the full 30-game commitment, we do have those mini plans for 4 or 5 games. And we do have kind of a special ticket opportunity where you can exchange your tickets for future games as well. So if you buy the full season plan and can't make it on a Tuesday night but can make it at that next Friday's game, we can exchange those tickets for the Friday's game. So definitely have that flexible ticket options, and we'll have single game tickets as well. They can purchase either online or in person.
I'm a hat guy, and I am interested in the display of hats here on the table right now. Chad is asking, if you purchase items online, is there a pickup option instead of a shipping option if they're local? Do you know about that?
Yeah, I think we could arrange that.
Okay.
A lot of our stuff is being shipped out of Durham at the moment, but as we get closer to the season here, we'll have everything in stock here in Greenville.
Chad, also a hat guy like myself, said he's thinking of ordering some hats this week. So how many you got? 4 different options here on the table. Is that the number?
So we got 4 currently, but as the season gets underway, we'll have between 12 and 15 at the ballpark.
Will you, do you know if you'll offer anything like on-field hats, the 5950 or?
Yeah, so the tricolor hat there, the green and white with the yellow brim, that's our on-field hat. So those are our fitted hats that we have currently. We are in the works for more hats like that. But,
Sharp.
That's going to be our on-field hat that our players will wear.
Very cool. And tell us more about the ECU night. So will you be wearing purple and gold for those games?
Yep. So we'll have purple and gold jerseys. We'll have Greenville across the front.
Oh, sweet.
Just kind of tie in
Heck yeah.
where we're from. So super excited about that. We're working with the Alumni Association to try to bring back as much alumni to kind of have a fun night out at the ballpark. Food and drink obviously included there. So we'll be putting out that ticket package here relatively soon.
Michael Villafana joining us inside the Pirate Radio studios as we get ready for the inaugural season of the Greenville Yard Gnomes here in Greenville. Michael, any other additional information we need to know at this point?
I don't think so. I think obviously appreciate your time, but if you are looking to purchase tickets, you can go to yardgnomesbaseball.com. That's going to be your best option. You can also find our phone number there, and we can help you over the phone.
Awesome stuff. Well, thank you for hanging out. We'll certainly talk to you quite a bit this summer, and really looking forward to it. Going to be a lot of fun nights at the ballpark. So thanks for hanging out. We'll talk to you again soon.
Awesome. Thanks for having me.
All right. Thank you, Michael. We'll take a break. We'll come back. We'll talk to Antwan Staley from the New York Daily News. He's covering the Canes and Rangers. Canes need a win tonight on the road. Game 2 of that series. We'll talk about that, what the Knicks are doing at Madison Square Garden, even a little NFL draft fallout. When we return, Pirate Radio Live on a Tuesday. Back with you after this.
I got a Dalmatian, and I can still get high. I can play the guitar like a motherfucker can ride.
This is Aaron Williams with New Blue Service Group. Our technicians stand ready to face any challenge that time or the elements may throw at your home. Your home deserves the best, and New Blue is here to help with all of your plumbing, electrical, and HVAC needs. Facing electrical issues due to the elements? We're on it. Plumbing concerns or emergencies? We're ready to fix it. HVAC struggling to keep up? We'll bring the climate back under control. So go to callnublue.com today. Go Pirates.
The Buccaneer Music Hall is your beacon of music in the land of pirates and ENC. Open 7 days a week with live music. Come enjoy Mug Monday with custom butt cups. Tuesday and Wednesday we have local acoustic night. Thursday night we have line dancing from 7 to 9, followed by karaoke with DJ Dog. Ladies and free both Friday and Saturday nights with the best local bands in the area. So come twirl around and have a buckin' good time. And don't forget your Sunday Fun Day Cornhole Tournament with the ECU Club Cornhole team at 3 p.m. Check out the Buck on Facebook and Instagram for all up-to-date information and events. Y'all come get bucked up.
Country Mart has been locally owned and operated for over 40 years and is your premier country store serving the best cheese biscuits and country food around. Country Mart is open every day and has 2 locations in Bethel on Highway 11 and in Stokes on Highway 903. Both Country Mart locations are top-of-the-line fuel stations serving Shell gas, including 93 ethanol-free high-octane gas, which is the best for all you boat owners. Country Mart, fueling you up with great food in your engines with great gasoline. Go Pirates.
This is your What's New update brought to you by the new Greenville Auto World. What's new? The new Greenville Auto World has new owners, a state-of-the-art service repair facility that can help you with tires, state inspection, AC repair, and more. Greenville Auto World can work on any type of vehicle and offers great monthly oil change specials. What's new? You making a service appointment now by calling 364-8730. For award-winning service, trust Greenville Auto World, Highway 43 across from the Speedway at Bells Fork. Pirates supporting pirates.
Give me that gooey, crispy, crunchy, mouth-watering. Give me that creamy, dreamy, meaty, topping, pepperoni popping. Give me that crispy, Kobe, Papa John's. Better get you some. Try the trio before it's gone.
Hey, Pirate fans, Papa John's is the MVP move for game day or any day. Place your order online at papajohns.com and sign up for Papa Rewards. Papa John's, better ingredients, better pizza. Go Pirates.
East Coast Grading and Utilities is your source for clearing, hauling dirt, and concrete work. East Coast Grading and Utilities handles all sewer and water issues as well.
I'm David Vaughn. Whether putting in a new subdivision or helping you with any and all of your drainage problems, I can get the job done. Call me at 531-7494.
No job is too big or too small. East Coast Grading and Utilities. Friends helping friends. 531-7494 for East Coast Grading and Utilities.
It's graduation season, and now's the time to pick up those perfect gift ideas for the pirate in your life. Whether they're graduating from ECU or just getting started, UBE and PirateWear.com has something for everyone. From alumni gear like crews and tees to diploma frames, drinkware, and more. If you've thought of it, chances are it's on their shelves. They also have the largest selection of ECU baseball apparel and merchandise. UBE and PirateWear.com. Give the gift of pirate pride, not a gift they'll set aside.
Fitness, fellowship, and faith is F3 and is changing lives of men right here in your community. Just listen.
My name is Tony McKee, cold cut, age 64. You can do this. It won't kill you. It would absolutely not kill you. It'll make you a better person. You'll be a better husband, friend, father. It's changed my life by being a family. Family with 2.5 hours away from me. This has been awesome. Go ENC F3.
F3ENC.com. You don't have to be great to get started, but you have to get started if you want to be great.
Pirate Radio.
It is my intention to commandeer one of these ships, pick up a crew and Tortuga, raid, pillage, plunder, and otherwise pilfer my Weasley black guts out.
I said no lies.
I think he's telling the truth.
The voice of the Pirate Nation. You're listening to Hour 2 of Pirate Radio Live. Do you need custom t-shirts, apparel, or promotional items for your business, organization, or event? Keep it local. Print it local with University Sportswear. Contact them today at universitysportswearenc.com. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back. The Buccaneer Music Hall is your beacon of music in the land of pirates and ENC, and this week's special lineup starts on Thursday with dueling pianos, and then on Friday it's going to feature their very own Jake Sutton performing, followed by R.T. Johnson on Saturday night starting at 10 o'clock, and as always, ladies get in free all weekend long. Sunday Fun Day at the Buck features the ECU Club Cornhole Tournament, and it is free for everyone, and bags fly at 3 o'clock. We'll see ya at the Buck. And Bud Light reminds Pirate fans to always stay in the game and drink responsibly. Bud Light, the official beer of the ECU Pirates, and proudly distributed by Carolina Eagle Distributing since 1989. Now let's head back in to PRL. Here's Clip.
Speaking of the Buck, score update on the Buccaneer Music Hall scoreboard. Presented by the Buck.
The Buck.
Marcus Simeon hit a leadoff home run, first pitch of the game for the Rangers to make it 1-0 in the first inning. Neither team scored after that in the first. And then the Rangers put up 10 in the top of the second inning. My goodness. It is 11-1 as the A's are on the board in the bottom of the second inning. Hope you had the over in Rangers A's 11-1. That is the only Major League Baseball game going on right now. All right, tonight, big night, Duke ECU. It's a big one. Canes Rangers, also a big one. And the Canes are down 1-0 in their series to the Rangers, and Antwan Staley is covering it for the New York Daily News. We'll talk about that and more as he joins us on the Pirate Radio Live line. Antwan, welcome back. How you doing, man?
Doing all right. How you doing?
Doing good. Antwan, we've had you on the show quite a few times over the years, mostly talking football, maybe some other conversations here and there. But today we're gonna focus on some hockey and touch on some other stuff. But you are covering the Canes and Rangers for the New York Daily News. You were there for Game 1. You'll be there again tonight. And I think I've seen it, Antwan. I've experienced it myself for one game, Canes and Caps years ago. The playoff hockey energy, man. There's nothing like it. And you experienced that Game 1 at Madison Square Garden.
I did. I mean, it was my second or third playoff game that I think I covered. I covered a couple with the Florida Panthers too. But yeah, man, it's definitely intense there, especially up here. There's a lot of things going on. Obviously, the Knicks are playing well, and then now you got the Rangers who are trying to win the championship, and a lot of people are excited. It was definitely really rocking in the Garden the other night, and I expect it to be the same again, especially with these two teams and how intense they were, especially in Game 1.
Yeah, crazy run for New York sports right now. Antwan, I thought about blocking you a couple of times on Sunday. Nothing against you, just the Rangers dominated, and I was tired of seeing those updates come across my timeline. But you might get a few folks that follow you around here to mute or block you during this if the Rangers keep playing the way they are. But I do expect the Canes to be in this series. I will say, Antwan, I was surprised, and we've talked about this quite a bit, to see the Canes, favored in the series, favored in Game 1. Was there any talk up there in New York about that amongst the fans, amongst the folks around there that, hey, this is a sign of disrespect? We are, we ran the Eastern Conference. We had the most points in the NHL. We should be the favorite here.
Yeah, I think so, too. I mean, anytime you win the President's Cup, I think a lot of people think you're the prohibited favorite, at least going into the playoffs, but the fact of the matter is the President's Cup has kind of been a kiss of death, really, the last few years, really in the NHL playoffs. I mean, you look at, Boston last year and look at some other teams in the past, and they just haven't been able to at least even get to the finals, more or less, win a championship. But, yeah, I mean, these teams were pretty close in the regular season, so I don't think it's a lot of separation. But, yeah, I think a lot of people are just, a little, deterred or upset that the Rangers are not getting the respect, at least nationally, that they believe they deserve. But the Rangers played well. They showed that they were the top, they were one of the top teams in this playoff still, especially the special teams I think was a bit different in Game 1 in particular. The Canes were 0-5 and power play opportunities. The Rangers were 2-2, and I think that was the difference in the game.
Yeah, I was going to bring that up because outside of that, I saw a lot of comments that said, hey, 5-on-5, Canes were pretty good, and it was an even matchup with a very good Rangers team. But the power play hurt the Canes both when the Canes were on the power play, and then you mentioned the Rangers being 2 for 2. So outside of that, I don't know. Anything else stand out to you in game one? Physicality, were the Rangers more physical, or really did it just come down to those power plays, Antwan?
I think really initially first, at least initially in the first period, I think both teams are really physical, just trying to figure each other out. And obviously they played a lot of each other the last year or two. So I think that played a role in the first period. The second period was kind of a little bit more free flowing. I think both teams were kind of just, trying to. I think the Rangers were trying to just protect their lead. Obviously, the Hurricanes were trying to, cut into that. And then the third period was kind of very similar to the first. And the Rangers were able to hold on. And I think goaltending is definitely going to be, a big one in this one. Can Anderson for Carolina end up bouncing back? I think he can. And I think you have to. You don't want to necessarily go down 2-0. Heading back to Raleigh, even though I think the Canes have a really good home ice advantage, but you don't want to feel like that pressure of having to win both games in Raleigh, because then that could set up something potential, game 5, winner take all for the Rangers there if they don't get the things done here Tuesday night. Tuesday night, yeah.
Antwan Staley joining us, New York Daily News. Antwan, I remember. And I was not a big hockey guy, but I had NHL 93, 94, 95. And I remember Mark Messier hoisting the cup in 94. So the New York sports fans have been thirsty for a champion, unless you're a Yankees fan, and they hadn't won in a while either. But, the Giants had a couple. But the Knicks, the Rangers, of course, if you're a Mets or a Jets fan, your life has been pretty miserable for the most part. But, man, just to have hockey and basketball, playoff hockey, playoff basketball at Madison Square Garden, I mean, I can't imagine what it's like up there right now. And the way Jalen Brunson's playing and the way these Rangers are playing right now, fans got to be just on cloud nine. What's it like to be up there with all this taking place right now?
Oh, yeah, it's crazy because you got the Garden alternating nights. The Knicks played on Monday night. The Rangers will play on Tuesday night. Then the Knicks will play on Wednesday night as well in the Garden. So, it's kind of the same thing in Boston, too, right now. You got the Celtics and, obviously the Bruins who ended up beating the Florida Panthers on Monday night, too. So it could ultimately set up a Eastern Conference Boston versus New York type of battle, which would be, really intense, especially considering the proximity close by between the two cities. But everybody's excited. I mean, it's been since the Giants in 2011 that, any New York team has won a championship. As you alluded to, the Yankees haven't won since 2009. And, we want to talk about the Jets and especially the Mets too. But, it's definitely an exciting time up here. There, people are definitely excited, and they feel like they can play your way into the postseason far into May and then even in early June.
Game 2 coming up tonight at Madison Square Garden. Antwan, I saw a video from, I don't know the proximity to Madison Square Garden, but Knicks fans, celebrating in the streets last night after a basketball win. What's it like post-game? Is the Knicks crowd a little more feisty after a win than a Rangers crowd? But how tough is it to get out of there? And what's the scene like outside the arena after one of these big games?
Now, I'll try to just bring a picture to everybody. So Madison Square Garden and Penn Station, where the train station is, where a lot of people transport from game to game or, within the city, is right next to each other. So, it's a ton of action around there. It's always a ton of action anyway. And then to get it on a game day, I mean, it's just completely insane. So now you got people that are in the streets for hours and hours on end. There's tons of restaurants, things to do, obviously, in New York City. So you really have people just hanging out for hours on end, especially after a win. A loss, you're probably going to see people file out a little bit earlier. I imagine that'll probably be the case on Tuesday night anyway, since people have to work, the next day. But, I mean, it goes back to what I said, too. People are very excited about what's going on between the Knicks and the Rangers. And, they're going to celebrate it anytime they get a big-time win. And if the Rangers end up going up 2-0, especially considering they were not the underdogs in this series, I imagine it'll be a crazy scene outside of MSG again tonight.
Antwan Staley joining us. Antwan, I think you're around my age. Do you get any nostalgia from seeing Knicks Pacers? I mean, it felt like they played every year in the playoffs in the 90s. Reggie Miller, Spike Lee, all that. So kind of cool to see those uniforms back at Madison Square Garden in a big-time playoff series.
Yeah, I think 6 times between 93 and 2000. And,
Man.
yeah, they definitely split. They split each other 3-3. And then, yeah, you kind of saw, Reggie Miller and the steal and, the choke job, which, the Knicks ended up winning that game. I think a lot of people end up forgetting that. But, it was battles. Both of these teams made the finals in 99 and obviously 2000 with the Pacers facing the Lakers. But, yeah, it's definitely intense there. And you look at game one, if that's an indicator of how the series is going to go, I think it could go 6 or 7 games. I think the Pacers easily could have won that game last night. Had a few bounces there. A lot of people thought, they kind of got robbed by the referees there. But, it's going to be bad calls, especially in the NBA, very controversial calls. But I expect, the series to go really, really long. And, I think both of these teams are ultra talented. And Jalen Brunson has been out of this world. I mean, he is a bona fide superstar at this point, and I don't think anybody can deny that.
Yeah, and I've enjoyed it here these last couple weeks because, Antwan, I'm a type of person that I'll watch the NBA if my team's playing well, and the Hornets are awful. So I did not watch a lot of NBA this year. So I've missed out on the blooming of Anthony Edwards. I've kind of I know about Brunson. I think I hear about hear about him more in the regular season than I did maybe Anthony Edwards. But watching these guys that I haven't seen a lot of has been a lot of fun. And what the Timberwolves are doing right now to the Nuggets is crazy. Back on the East side, real quick, I think the Knicks fans are all into it and everything, but the big bad Celtics likely await whoever wins this series. Like it's Boston or bust for the Eastern Conference in the NBA Finals, it feels like. And if not, it would be a huge disappointment for the Celtics, right?
Yeah, I would be surprised if they didn't come out the East, too. I know Cleveland is a team that, Donovan Mitchell's been playing really well. He played well in the Game 7 against the Magic. Yeah, I would be surprised if they made that any kind of a series. I think the Celtics win in 5, to be honest with you, because I think they're the more talented team. Now, with Porzingis being out, then that definitely hurts their depth a little bit, but I still think they are the better team, obviously with Tatum, Holiday, Jaylen Brown there too as well. But yeah, you look at the Knicks, they go by the way Jalen Brunson goes. If he's playing well, then I think they have a chance to beat anybody. But if he's not, then you're relying on a lot of other people, and I think they miss Julius Randle right now. And then the Pacers, I think the Pacers are a good up-and-coming team. I just think they might be a year away. But I like Halliburton, Miles Turner, I definitely think is playing really well. So, they got their Pascal Siakam move. I think was really big for them. But yeah, I would be surprised if the Celtics didn't get to the finals. And look, the Nuggets were my pick to win the title, but it seemed like the Wolves. Oh man, like they're a team. They kind of reminds me of not necessarily the style of play that they're running with, but just kind of the up and coming team, kind of like the 2015 Golden State Warriors. I think they're kind of in that same mode.
Antwan, I don't know if this was technically my pick to win. I didn't necessarily think they'd win, but I wanted to take a team that had some long odds that could throw on $5 on DraftKings and try to win 100. So I said, hey, let's go with the Phoenix Suns, and that lasted about a week. And so I've been pretty bad at picking NBA winners here. Antwan, while I got you here, man, what was the fallout from the draft with the Jets, and what are folks saying coming out of the 2024 NFL draft? I know everybody's excited about the hockey and basketball right now, but right when this is over, NFL is king, and folks will get right back to cheering for the Giants and Jets up there.
Yeah, I mean, I think people are anticipating the schedule coming out. Obviously, we thought it would be this week, but it seems like it's going to be next week at some point. But yeah, I think look at as far as the Jets and Giants, I think they did both really well. You look at the Jets, picking up Ola Fashanu for Penn State. I thought that was a big time move there. They kind of solidified depth on the offensive line. Melican Corley is another guy who I really like too as well. I thought he was possibly a second round talent. They ended up getting him at the beginning of round 3 and trading up for him. So I think they team him up with Garrett Wilson and Mike Williams is also really big too as well. And getting Jordan Travis, just somebody that you can help develop, and maybe he can be your starting quarterback down the line. But right now, obviously, he'll be watching Aaron Rodgers and Tyrod Taylor. Hopefully, if those two stay healthy, he won't necessarily play this year. but they liked the draft that they had. I think they did a really good job too as well. I think they had one of the better drafts out of anybody else, and I think the Giants, get Malik Neighbors as well to kind of help out Daniel Jones. Although there's still some questions at quarterback, but you do get them some skill position player who could potentially turn into a bona fide number one.
Antwan, I know you know the AFC East quite well with your time covering the Dolphins a little bit, but they have the firepower, no doubt. The Bills have been at or near the top of that division for a while now, and we had conversations last year about the Bills' window and is it closing? And I guess it never closes when you have a quarterback like Josh Allen, but a major kind of overhaul there with some of their pieces offensively. So where do the Bills kind of fit in? Do you still look at them as a team that is going to challenge either win or be up there with the Dolphins in this division, or has their time maybe passed?
Yeah, I still like Buffalo to win the division. I think they have the best quarterback in the division. So anytime you have the best quarterback in the division, you got a chance to win. So I'm picking the Bills still until proven otherwise. I think obviously they still have some questions defensively to answer. They lost a ton of people on that side of the ball, including at the safety position. Offensively losing Stephon Diggs, I definitely think was big there. We'll see how Keon Coleman develops. I really did like them coming out, but I definitely think you got to see a more emphasis on running the football, like kind of what they did late last year when Joe Brady ended up taking over as offensive coordinator. A lot more on James Cook, Josh Allen losing his leg, kind of some play action stuff, and also two tight end 12 personnel where you have Dawson Knox and also Dalton Kincaid, who they drafted a year ago too. I think he'll produce really well, but I think they're still in good shape. But as far as them contending with the Chiefs, I still have some questions there, but yeah. I definitely think they are good enough to win a division.
Antwan Staley joining us. We'll circle back. Antwan, what is your take on Game 2 going on tonight? Canes and Rangers. You'll be there in a packed house, electric environment, and what kind of chance do you give the Canes to bounce back tonight, or do you think this goes to Raleigh 2-0?
Before I answer that, I think it's funny that the press, actually, the PR group put me with the Carolina media people. So I thought that was really funny because I'm from North Carolina. Yeah, I definitely I like the Canes to tie it up tonight. I think they're going to bounce back, too. I think they're going to show a little bit more than what they showed a little bit offensively in game 1, in game 2. And I definitely think, looking at, just the way to get off to an early start, because I feel like everything just kind of was a buzzsaw for them early on in that game on Sunday. So I definitely like the Canes to tie it up. I think they have to. You don't want to go down 0-2 against a talented Rangers team like this. So, yeah, I think the Canes are tied up and go to Raleigh tied up at 1-1.
And the Canes are, again, the slight favorite tonight. So the Rangers are going to use that again, playing that. Hey, players and coaches love that no one believes in his card, right? And right now the big bad Rangers can actually use that one so far in their series with Carolina. Antwan, great to talk with you, man. Let's do it again football season, and we'll keep in touch. But thank you for coming on today.
Thank you for having me.
And before you go, too, Antwan, if people want to read about this series and everything else you got going on, how can they do that?
Antwan Staley on all social media platforms. Also, find my work at the New York Daily News, too, as well.
Thank you, Antwan. Talk to you again soon, man.
Hey, sounds good.
Antwan Staley joining us. I will admit that Game 1, I had the Rangers. The Rangers. I took the Rangers.
You just need to take the Mets and the Knicks.
I'm not going to take the Mets.
You got to do the trifecta of New York.
You got to take the Mets and the... What about the Yankees?
Not the Yankees, man.
All right.
It's Mets all day.
Where's Brett?
Probably getting geared up for this baseball game tonight.
I saw somebody else getting geared up. Zach Kaplan's there, Chandler.
Oh, really? I haven't seen him in a while, so I'm kind of excited to see him. And I'm kind of glad there's no baseball game tomorrow night, so we can probably do some trivia tomorrow night at AJ's.
He's got Celtics tonight, too.
Yeah, Celtics looking to get off to a good start in that series. Go Cells.
Man, I'm going to do... I really like Celtics minus 12.5 tonight. That's crazy to do in the NBA, right?
Yeah.
But I like it.
Who do they have again?
They play the Cavs.
I just don't know if...
on the road.
Yeah.
Cavs on the road.
Are the
haven't been good.
Celtics going to continue their dominance? Because they took care of business. Now the Heat didn't have Jimmy Butler, and I think there was one game they didn't have another key player in there for them. But
I just don't think the Cavs are that good.
Yeah,
they went 7 games to Orlando, lost every game on the road.
Okay, yeah, take the Celtics.
I just see them winning by 15, 18 points tonight.
All right, I'm taking it.
I'm on the Celtics. I am on the Canes, but I don't feel great about it.
Yeah. Not feeling good about the Canes until they get back to Raleigh. Even if they find themselves down 2-0 when they come back to Raleigh later in the week, I feel good about this home ice advantage at PNC Arena. So hey, but get it done tonight, and I'm going to feel really good when they come back to Raleigh.
I do like the Braves coming back home. They have been on the road for a while, and they stunk on the road. 1-5 road trip for Atlanta.
Oh, hey, good for my Nats.
The Nats.
For the Nats.
The Nats. The Nats are 500, Chandler.
Yeah, they are.
Braves stunk and are still 20-12, so in pretty good shape. But they got Shirley's Red Sox tonight. And I think Atlanta bounces back at home. Just some of the games I will be following tonight on a busy sports calendar, along with East Carolina and Duke. And all that gray and darkness that was here the first couple hours of the show, it's gone. The sun is out now.
Play ball.
Let's get ready to go about an hour from now. All right, we'll take a break, come back. Bryce Williams joins us hour number 3. Your questions and comments as well on YouTube and Facebook.
Y'all went 1-5 on the road and still have a 20-12 record. Must be nice. But the Phillies,
the Fighting Phils,
man, they're looking good. Best team in baseball, I believe.
Yeah. It's still our division to win. Ours being Atlanta. Because I do we Atlanta.
But you know who the Nats have to play?
The Nats.
Anthony Santander.
Nats O's right here on Pirate Radio. A lot of people won't be able to see it, but you'll be able to listen on Pirate Radio here coming up tonight. All right, back with you, Pirate Radio Live, Hour 3. B-Dub, Slim 80 is here. Back after this.
Here with Jeff Stein at Brown & Wood, it's a great time to buy a used vehicle.
It's not a great time, it's a perfect time to buy a used car from Brown & Wood. We have over 115 used vehicles in stock, and we're number one in the market on price. We have limited lifetime powertrain on all of our used cars under 80,000 miles, so go to brownandwoodauto.com to find out more. 4 brands, 3 generations, 2 rooftops, and 1 goal: to make sure you leave a happy customer.
Do you want to get rid of wrinkles, tighten and lift your skin, smooth your skin texture, erase veins and brown spots, get rid of unwanted hair and under-eye fat pads? Are you interested in Botox or filler? Contact the licensed professionals at Beauty Bar MediSpa for a free consultation and ask about our newest technologies and treatments. Learn more at beautybarmedispa.com. Red Banks Road, Greenville. Enjoy your visit, love your transformation, and go Pirates!
Did you know that GUC's electric rates are the lowest in Pitt County? GUC's average residential electric bill using 1,000 kilowatt hours per month with load management is $21 lower than the investor-owned utilities and $34 lower than the local co-ops. In fact, GUC's average electric bills are still $10 lower than they were 10 years ago. Low rates with high reliability. That's the value of public utilities. That's the value of GUC.
Hello, Eastern North Carolina. Pitt County Schools is in the opportunity business. We open doors for every student by finding pathways to provide the best possible chance of success for each to reach their career aspirations of choice. As we head through the spring months, we will continue to guide our students for the different journeys of life preparedness before celebrating their accomplishments. We are committed to enhancing academic achievement and developing personal growth through work-based learning of our many career and technical education programs. programs, college readiness, and saluting those who will be serving our country in the armed forces. Engaging, empowering, and elevating students to be successful citizens, workers, and leaders in a global economy remains our mission. Please visit our website today at pittschools.org. That's pittschools.org to learn how we grow minds and invest in our future through 38 schools and 1 community. Education is truly the key that unlocks doors of opportunity.
Your first stop for shopping is at Shimmer Boutique. This is Ashley from Shimmer. We are fully stocked with the latest apparel, shoes, and accessories and more. If you need gift ideas or some shopping therapy for yourself, stop by today. Looking for the hottest shoes on the market? Shimmer has the biggest selection of Hey Dudes anywhere. Shimmer has the newest Yeti products and colors. Want this year's most popular bag? Shimmer has a great selection of all your bog bag needs and accessories. Shimmer in Greenville, Winterville, and Jacksonville.
Chico's Mexican Restaurant is where the fiesta never ends. Grab your amigos and head to Chico's every Wednesday for shrimp tacos for only $9.99. Plus Wednesdays means all Mexican imports for just $2.99. Thursdays, enjoy your favorite beef, chicken, or vegetable fajitas for only $9.99. For Mexican food and fun, it's got to be Chico's Mexican Restaurant in downtown Greenville and online at chicosrestaurant.com. Chico's, where the fiesta never ends.
Do you struggle with sleep issues, anxiety, or pain? Let your CBD store find you a natural solution. Your CBD store's wellness specialist will help find the right product for you. Their award-winning products are safe and tested for purity and quality. Your CBD store's unique boutique also carries THCA flower and pre-rolls, Delta gummies and seltzers, pet products, jewelry, and more. Mention this ad for 10% off your purchase. Call ahead for pickup at 999-5127. Your CBD store, open Monday through Saturday from 11 to 7, and located at 420 East Arlington Boulevard in Greenville. Go Pirates!
This is Pirate Radio, WGHB Farmville, 1250 at 92.7 FM Greenville, WDLX Washington, 930 and 104.1 FM Washington.
Reluctantly crouched at the starting line, engines pumping and thumping in time. The green light flashes, the flags go up, churning and burning, they yearn for the cup. They deftly maneuver.
You're listening to Hour 3 of Pirate Radio Live. This hour of PRL is brought to you by Bud Light, reminding Pirate fans to stay in the game and drink responsibly. Bud Light, the official beer of the ECU Pirates, and proudly distributed by Carolina Eagle Distributing since 1989. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back. Are you ready and pre-approved if the home you want to purchase comes for sale today? Integrity Home Mortgage offers a wide variety of programs ranging from conventional, government, and portfolio loans. The Integrity Home Mortgage team of Talbot Green, Braxton Green, and Joanne Weir offers over 50 years of experience and is committed to providing you with the superior customer service you deserve. Call them today at 252-714-2076. Integrity Home Mortgage, Pirates supporting Pirates. Now let's head back in to PRL. Here's Clip.
All right. Love cake.
So do I. I like a lot of cake.
Eric says, well, John, there's 3 games out of 7 in Raleigh, so we're going to need a little more than home ice, homie. What is he referring to? What did you say? Usually when you talk, I don't listen.
Oh, that's nice. Well, I do the same for you. But I said something about, I'll feel comfortable even if they get down 2-0.
Oh, that we can win 2, and then you still got to get 1.
Yeah.
In New York at some point. Jamie's asking, how many days did Brett actually intern? Let's say a good 2 to 3.
I would say 3.
Yeah. Chad said the Nats are going to get spanked tonight.
Probably.
And Eric says, does Sean remember the cringy Nuts About the Nats song they played before games 10 to 15 years ago? May have been the worst sports theme song I've ever heard.
I do not recall.
I know the best sports theme song, Shirley. T-Pain's rendition of
God,
Miami Dolphins #1.
Ugh. That was the worst.
I know.
Unless they're winning, and then I don't mind if you play it.
I know a great song, though, performed by Cooper Greer, Clip Brock, and Chandler Honeycutt.
One, two,
sounds
three,
like this.
4.
I saw the light, I was baptized by the fire in your touch and the flame in your eyes. I'm born to love again. I'm a brand new man. What's up, Bryce?
How y'all doing?
B-Dub
Hey, you asked me what's been popping. How about this on our live stream now? We got a scroll.
Dang.
And we got some scores, some games.
Box scores. I tell you what, top notch.
Moving on up.
Moving on.
John, before I forget, get that bag on top of the filing cabinet.
Ooh.
Because
Because I forgot about that too.
Son of a gun, Bryce.
But you did not.
No, I remembered.
You
I
remember me today, and you remember that bag.
Yeah, I wanted to. That's right. Big day of remembering for me. The old brain's clicking.
Clip
today.
is back.
Firing on all cylinders. So a listener came by and dropped this off to Mr. and Mrs. Bryce Williams and Little 80.
That is very appreciative.
So you
Should
can
I
take-
open it now?
Or
do I need to wait?
What would Mama think about that? I don't know.
I think she'd be fine. That way I can get, won't I
Text
know?
Mama right quick.
Because then that way I can give the shout out to the person
True,
who
yeah.
gave it to me. If it's not supposed to be an anonymous.
Monominous. Because I was interviewing Jack Powers when this was brought in, so I did not get to speak to the lady that brought this in.
Let's see. Dang. I didn't do this very
So,
well.
Bryce, do you always go card first when you open a gift?
I think so.
That's nice.
That's very nice.
That
Holy
is-
moly. That's a lot of reading.
Well, you can read it off the air.
Oh, never mind. Wait, I think it is. Dang.
Oh, look at that. You got a duck on the card?
That's a wood duck. Take on.
A wood
I need
duck.
to maybe, I may have to read this out, but this says
Dawn Watson.
Don Watson. Well, thank you so much. I'm so open to bag. That's an awesome card. How did she know?
You can
that
put-
I like ducks.
I'm assuming she's listened to you a time or two.
That's true. Thank you, Miss Dawn. Let's see, little Russell.
What's in the bag?
What's in the bag? Oh, wait. Oh, cool. Little beanies for the cold weather. Dang, a lot of little beanies.
Those purple and gold ones are sweet.
Look at there.
That
away,
is cool.
away games, home games.
There you go.
Hunting and fishing. Well, Miss Watson, thank you so much.
And that one's for loving every day.
That's for loving every day. Daggone. Now that is super cool.
Very cool.
Thank you so much. These will be definitely worn by a
And
little man.
if you would like to drop a gift off to Bryce for him to open on the air, feel free. Or open every business day. Very cool. Very cool. Let's get a David Price Construction countdown to Baby Watch. Where are we at right now, Bryce?
She is, I guess, 31 weeks and a handful of days. So just shy of 2 months. I guess right at 2 months. 32 weeks will be this Saturday. July 7th is the due date. So she's a ticking time bomb.
Going to be some fireworks at the Williams household.
Exactly.
For July 1st.
Yes, sir.
My grandmother passed away a couple weeks ago. Her birthday is July 4th.
Oh, really?
Only person I knew that had a July 4th birthday. So,
Baby Williams is flirting with that area. So that's cool.
Be some fun summer birthday parties.
I know,
That'll be
most
good.
definitely.
Good planning there, Bryce.
Yeah.
out in the water somewhere.
Uh-huh,
Be good.
most definitely.
All right. I'll give credit to Shirley here. I asked Shirley, hey, what should we talk to Bryce about? She said, how about his old teammate getting released and what's his future going to be? Zay Jones.
Right.
Looking for a job. Now, we always say he'd be a fit on our team or whatever, this team, but it does feel like, Chandler, not only would it be a homecoming, but the Panthers could use a veteran receiver, right?
Yeah.
I think it'd be a pretty darn good fit.
We did go out and get Deontay Johnson, but I don't know if he's like right. But you were talking about a veteran receiver.
As a veteran receiver. What kind of?
But no, I think I do think we could probably add a guy like Zay Jones.
I don't know if Deontay Johnson is what I consider a veteran receiver.
That's what I was trying to say earlier.
Okay.
But yeah, I definitely could see us maybe getting him and adding to that receiver room. We do have Adam Thielen, who definitely is
he is a veteran.
He's a veteran receiver.
Yes.
But why not maybe add one more?
Yeah,
that's for sure. Yeah, that I'm assuming all this obviously has happened throughout the whole draft process. Not new meat, but new
fresh meat.
Fresh meat has came in, and yeah, I mean that's the unfortunate nature of the business. But obviously, Zay is a great receiver. I would think he will be landing somewhere. You know, still, well, heck, I guess NFL teams, they can get to teams any time of the year, really. But yeah, I mean, I hope he lands somewhere. That would be cool if he comes within this area, Carolina or anywhere driving distance, maybe Washington.
Yeah. Hey, I'll take a better than the receiver.
Better than receiver, yeah. So, it's unfortunate, but like he's definitely established himself, I would say, in the league. So, I'm sure the people will be having eyes out for him.
Had his best year in 2022, where he had 82 catches, 823 yards, 5 touchdowns. I don't remember this. His second year in the league, he had 7 touchdowns.
Oh, wow.
I don't remember him doing anything in Buffalo. But his second year, 56 for 652 and 7 touchdowns. That's his career high.
Right.
And only played in 9 games in 2023.
Thanks. So he's working on a 10-year soon.
Yeah, he's getting there.
Now, he did have visits with the Titans. And I did see the day that he's visiting with the Cardinals. So.
Oh, wow. The Titans would be cool.
Titans have
DeAndre Hopkins.
They're going with Will Levis at quarterback, right?
Will Levis at quarterback.
They still got Hopkins.
They got DeAndre Hopkins. They signed Calvin Ridley.
Ooh.
So, yeah.
Wow.
And maybe add Zay Jones to the mix.
Yeah.
I did see also, I got a Titans buddy that they signed Tyler Boyd.
Oh, that's right.
So,
that might take Zay Jones out of it.
Yeah.
But he's still got some in the tank, no doubt about
sure.
it.
Oh, yeah.
Had the off the field thing last year. I mean, I wonder how much that, if anything, hurts him.
Yeah. I could, but then again.
But that's been cleared up, I believe.
Yeah, I think that's been cleared up, but typically I don't think they look too heavily. It seems.
Well, depending on how good you are.
Depending on how good you are, exactly. So that they don't pay too much mind to maybe what happens outside the field.
Look, Chon could screw up from here to every day to the end of his life, and I'm keeping him around here.
Exactly.
'Cause he's my guy. He's good.
You're
He's
right.
awesome.
You're a guy.
Chon, you could pretty much do whatever you want, man.
Yeah, you know what? Do whatever.
No rules.
No rules. School's out.
No rules. Jack says the Titans are where receivers go to die.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah. Just asked Randy Moss. Ask Andre Johnson.
Oh, really?
Ask Julio Jones. Yeah.
I did not know that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, well, name a good Titans receiver.
Oh, yeah.
You got all the time you need. I'll be right here.
Dang. I didn't think about that. Wow.
So you look at their top receivers all time. It's never good when it dates back to the Houston Oilers.
Oh, boy.
Because you got Ernest Givens, Drew Hill, Ken Burrow. Got to be honest, never heard of him. Charlie Hennigan is 1960. Haywood Jeffries, I remember him, but again, Oilers. The only one that was a Titan,
A.J. Brown,
is Derek Mason. And then Frank Wycheck was I think he was an Oiler and a Titan.
Rest in peace.
Nate Washington.
He was at the Patriots when I was there.
But
What
again,
about Dyson?
he's at 4,591, so
Right.
just not huge numbers there. A.J. Brown Chandler is 16th all time with 2,995 yards. So
Interesting.
they have had, but I think that says more about the quarterback than maybe the receivers they've had.
Yeah.
Because outside of Aaron McNair, name a Titans quarterback you like. Tannehill had one good year there, maybe.
There is one.
You doing magic over there?
Yeah.
Are you doing magic or Brett? Or
A little bit of both. No, I mean, you thought maybe Marcus Mariota. He was going to have a future there, but that just didn't pan out, especially after the years of going to the playoffs, beating the Chiefs. But no, not really anybody out there. I mean, you got literally Jake Locker, who was a top-tier quarterback coming out of that draft. Did not work out.
Disinterested with football, I want to say.
Yeah,
he
was just
left.
like, I hate football.
I hate the Titans. I hate football.
Zach Mettenberger was a guy coming out of LSU that Titans fans maybe thought had a future. That didn't work out.
All right, who was before them? Who was post?
Well, Fitzpatrick was there for a little cup of coffee.
Oh, Vince Young.
Vince
Young.
Yeah. Who was he rookie of the year? I think either they made the playoffs, but he didn't do anything in the NFL either. Yeah. So they've had a struggle. Chad, who is a Titans defender, says, we've never been a pass-first team. Hey, guys, we could have had all these great receivers, but we've never been a pass-first team.
I mean, you had Eddie George, you had Chris Johnson, Lindell White.
And, of course, Derrick Henry. They have had a run of great running backs.
Yeah.
I was a big
They had
Eddie
a good
George
tight end,
fan.
old Delaney.
Delaney Walker.
Mm-hmm.
Delaney Walker. I like a tall running back, Bryce, and you don't see a ton of them. But Eddie George was like my prototype tall running back. I like.
How big was Eddie George?
Cool neat story. He was 6'3".
Who was Jacobs?
Brandon Jacobs.
For the Giants?
Wasn't he 6'6"?
Dude, he was huge. Cool neat story. Me and Eddie George share a birthday.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Cool, neat story.
That is cool that he shares that with you. He is listed at. Oh, they don't put his listings.
I remember watching or reading a book or some kind of magazine snidbit, and it was a picture of like Eddie George's hands.
He's
and they were
6'3".
so like, that's pretty tall for a running back.
Yeah, that was my point. Yeah.
And I remember his hands being all scarred up, and where he said like they were trying to get the ball out, like helmets and stuff, and it was like a picture of just his hands. I remember reading about it. That was pretty cool. That was my younger days.
Brandon Jacobs, 6'4".
Dang. Yeah.
But also had some beef on him too. He was
heavy.
He was a big boy, tough to bring down. All right, Jack's got a topic. He says, "What are your guys' thoughts on Beth Mowins?"
I hate her.
You hate her?
Yeah.
You're going to fill me in on who that is.
She was like East Carolina's bowl game announcer for
East Carolina.
Nah, man.
She's the female play-by-play announcer you hear a lot on ESPN.
Oh, maybe I have heard.
And I believe she does maybe some CBS games too, in different regions of the country.
Not my favorite announcer.
Definitely not my favorite. Definitely not my favorite.
Who is your favorite?
My favorite?
College football.
Gus Johnson. Oh,
man.
I mean, Gus is definitely up there. I would probably say, like Vern Lundquist on CBS.
But he's gone.
Yeah. I guess currently,
because I like Nessler on CBS.
Brad Nessler. Oh man!
Honestly, I like Tirico, but he only does. Does he even do Notre Dame? I don't think he does Notre Dame anymore. But I like Tirico announcing games.
Burkhart on Fox is not bad. Is it Burkhart?
Is he NFL?
NFL Fox. I'm getting mixed up with the color analyst.
Right.
And so there's announcers, and then there's color analysts, like
play-by-play and color. Yeah.
Okay, it's
Herbie.
Okay,
he's a color guy.
What's his name?
What was your name?
Kind of a skinny guy. Dadgummit, I can't think of it.
Marv Albert.
Yes.
I can't even think. I'm more faces in those realms.
Yeah, a guy that you can hear right here on Pirate Radio. Forgot his name.
Kevin Harlan.
Kevin Harlan.
Yeah. Jack says
maybe it is Kevin Harlan. I think that is he kind of a slender fella.
I don't know if he's slender.
Does he look like Kevin? I don't know.
He's got
Gus Johnson's slender.
Gus Johnson.
I'm slender.
No, thank you on dessert.
I fit through the cracks.
Slipping through the cracks. Molly gun. Jack says apparently she might be on the video game coming out. Now that I like because Shirley didn't play college football video games, I'm assuming, and y'all are younger than me. But I remember there was a college football game years ago. Anybody my age remember this, where you're building your dynasty and your team, and if you weren't in the top 25 or if you weren't playing a good team, you could see on the schedule it would have a little TV beside your name. And if there was on your schedule, and if there wasn't a TV beside it, I want to say there was no broadcast.
Dang.
Like you would play in just crowd sound. So it made you want to work your way up to the top 25 so you could start getting on TV.
I remember that.
You do remember that?
Mm-hmm.
So that was a thing?
Yeah.
Okay. But I think this might have came from Chris Fowler talking, either him or Herbie, where they said that Herbie wouldn't be on the call for every game. There could be other announcers. And I like that idea because if you want to have the best announcers, you got to have the best team. You got to work your way up to it. You got to recruit. You got to get better. I like it.
Are they sticking with just ESPN people? Because Gus Johnson on this video game would be crazy.
There ain't going to be no Gus.
Because maybe we can hear some Molly gun.
Jack said, did you know Gus is calling basketball for the NBA? Yes, Jack.
Yeah, on NBA TV.
I don't have NBA TV. So it don't count. So he's not calling games because I haven't heard him. take it. I get it. Gus made a money move to Fox, but getting him off the NCAA tournament was a dark day in my life.
Hey, who is it, John? Guess who? Gus who?
Gus Johnson.
Gus Johnson.
Famously said Chris Johnson has getting away.
That guy?
That guy?
Definitely not that guy.
Oh, American YouTuber. No.
Gus Johnson, announcer. Type that in.
Announcer.
That's not me.
I see.
I'm not a white guy.
He does kind of look like that white guy with his glasses.
He does.
I'm not a white guy.
I don't know if I've seen him.
Oh, come on,
Have
dude.
I seen him? What's he do? Basketball?
Well, he does. No, he does Fox, so he does basketball and football. But he did. He used to do NFL. He said Chris Johnson had getting away from the cops.
He's got getting away from the cops feed.
How far back is he though? Because
when Chris Johnson was in the NFL,
that's
I mean,
about 10 years.
He's 2000, but he calls games now. He does Big Ten basketball and football. He's one of their main guys.
His voice ain't ringing a bell.
This don't ring a bell. Chad said, as Wes would say, he's black. What was that? Wes was trying to describe. Do you have that clip, Shirley?
Oh my God, please.
Find Wes.
Wes saying, he's black.
Oh, hold on.
It was like Wes describing Kofi Kingston or something. But it was just a tremendous description of Kofi Kingston. See if you can find that. There was something else. Oh, I got a question I got to ask. Anything else? Bryce, you watching any little ice hockey or NBA? Are you watching any sports right now? Because this is a sports show.
Nah.
I'm going to need you to watch some sports.
Would you rather me watch the NBA or...
Jump on the Canes.
The Canes.
Canes are fun, man.
Follow the Canes.
Follow a little redneck hockey.
Yeah, redneck hockey.
I may need to follow some Canes.
They play coming up tonight, Game 2 against the New York Rangers. Canes lost on Sunday in Game 1 of that series. Let's take a break, Shirley. Maybe you can find that clip.
I'm not sure if I saved that clip or if I built a promo off of it.
I'm pretty
and I did.
sure I saved it.
Are you sure?
I said pretty sure.
Oh, okay.
So, like on a scale from
1 to 10.
I mean, pretty's pretty good.
On a scale from definitely didn't to definitely did, I'm at about a 6.
Okay, I'll have to search for it because I don't see it.
Fair enough.
But I'm going to look for it.
What's on the next step? Pretty positive? What would be on that scale after pretty
So
sure?
I didn't save it. I'm almost positive I didn't save it. I'm pretty sure I didn't save it. I might have saved it.
Yeah, because I'm not seeing it here.
I'm pretty sure I saved it. I'm almost positive I saved it.
Well, if you saved it, it's not under what I would think you would name the file.
Well, you don't know this brain of mine.
No, I don't. You're right about that.
We'll take a break. It is Ticket Tuesday. Can you hit some Alex Harper while this is playing?
Yeah, I can.
All
right. What are we doing? Ticket Tuesday.
Oh, yeah.
In this new world of having everything delivered to your home or office, why wouldn't you start using Cellular Warehouse for all your cellular deliveries? Toby Williams and his team are in the business of delivering phones and tablets every day to customers, which enables you to take the hassle out of visiting a store. The best thing about this great service is that it is free. Call Toby Williams today at 252-799-7051 and let his team make your wireless experience fast and easy. Cellular Warehouse, your local U.S. Cellular authorized agent.
Thank you, Alex. Ticket Tuesday. We will give away 2 tickets to ECU Campbell right now. What caller do you want to do, Shirley?
Let's do 8.
Caller 8, 317-1250, ECU Campbell, the non-conference finale next Tuesday at Clark LeClaire Stadium. And 2 tickets can be yours if you are caller number 8, 317-1250. We're back with more Pirate Radio Live after this.
Sun's out, guns Sun's out in Pirate Nation. Lindsay Gray here with Carolina Caliber. The weather's getting hotter and so are our deals. Ladies, don't miss your chance on 25% off Alexo Athletica concealed carry shorts. Guys, we've got Leopold t-shirts marked down for you. Speaking of Leopold, get a VX Freedom 4 to 12 by 50 scope with free aluminum lens covers for only $3.99. This is over a $600 value. We'll continue to bring on the heat every week with the largest selection of firearms and accessories in Eastern NC. Shop online or stop on by Carolina Caliber on Fire Tower Road in Winterville. It's a time-honored tradition.
The best burgers around. Everyone loves a thick, juicy, and fresh burger. Tiebreakers does real burgers better than anybody. And don't forget about the cheese sticks, fresh salads, and more. So don't just go to any burger-themed restaurant chain. It's time to break the chain and eat local. Tiebreakers, burgers and sports at its best.
Go Pirates!
This is Talbot Green with Integrity Home Mortgage. Are you ready and pre-approved if the home you want to purchase comes for sale today? This is a very important step when trying to purchase a home in the current market. Integrity Home Mortgage offers a wide variety of loan programs. Our team of Talbot Green, Braxton Green, and Joanne Weir has over 50 years of experience and is committed to providing you with the superior customer service you deserve.
To get started, call me, Braxton Green, at 526-8260.
Braxton Green, NMLS 222-3878. For informational purposes only, Integrity Home Mortgage Corporation is an equal housing lender, NMLS 208516.
Save a load on a new John Deere compact utility tractor and loader from Quality Equipment. It's never been easier to get the best brand on the market at an unbeatable cash price or with great financing at our lowest ever monthly payment. Now is the time to get that tractor package you've been dreaming of to get your next job done right. Stop by one of our 36 locations in North Carolina, South Carolina, and Virginia, or visit us online at qualityequip.com.
Hi, this is Christy Conway with ENC Pirate Realty Allen Tate here in Greenville. We are growing and seeking buyers agents and experienced listing agents for our growing team. We are one of the most successful, hardworking, and knowledgeable real estate teams in the Greenville area, selling over $100 million in the past 2 years. We are looking for more real estate professionals who are hardworking and have a passion to help individuals with their real estate goals. Please visit encpiraterealty.com/new agent. Go Pirates!
Do you ever talk to yourself about where to eat today, and then you hear
Warren's hot dogs?
Then you're thinking, yeah, 2 hot dogs, chips, and a drink for $7.50 would be awesome.
Warren's hot dogs.
And maybe some homemade lemonade, perhaps a pizza or a sub, and definitely an apple or peach turnover.
Warren's hot dogs.
Don't overthink where to eat today. Go to Warren's Hot Dogs in Greenville across from Ron Ayers or in Chocowinity next to the fire station. Warren's Hot Dogs, serving the Pirate Nation since 1991. Go Pirates!
University PC Care in Greenville and New Bern has been serving the tech repair needs of Eastern North Carolina since 2006. And as one of the only Apple authorized service providers east of Raleigh, all our technicians are Apple certified, and we only use genuine Apple parts. Your iPhone and Mac warranties are safe with us. Have questions or need service? Call 252-558-1280 or visit us online at universitypccare.com. University PC Care, your one-stop shop for service on everything Apple.
Familia is your go-to spot for the best Italian dishes around, including pizzas, pastas, salads, and homemade desserts. And now Familia has BOGO specials. That's right, whether it's dine-in or takeout, you can get buy one, get one spaghetti and meatballs on Tuesdays, lasagna on Wednesdays, and baked ziti on Thursdays. As always, Familia has their weekly Pizza of the Week special for just $14. So go ahead and place your order online or call 689-6330, and Familia will have your order ready in their drive-thru window for pickup. Familia on Fire Tower Road in Winterville near Pitt Community College. Go Pirates!
Talk radio.
From the depths of space.
The center.
Outer space mumbo jumbo.
Of the talk universe. The center of what? Pirate Radio.
We have prepared a planet with a suitable atmosphere.
You're listening to Hour 3 of Pirate Radio Live. This hour of PRL is brought to you by Bud Light, reminding pirate fans to stay in the game and drink responsibly. Bud Light, the official beer of the ECU Pirates, and proudly distributed by Carolina Eagle Distributing since 1989. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back. The technicians at New Blue stand ready to face any challenge that time or the elements may throw at your home. Your home deserves the best, and New Blue is ready to help with any electrical, plumbing, and HVAC needs. New Blue also now specializes in crawl space moisture control and encapsulations, along with septic system repairs and installations. Contact them today at callinublu.com. New Blue Service Group, redefining service excellence. Now let's head back into PRL. Here's Clip.
Back with your Pirate Radio Live.
Oh, I forgot to mention who the winner was for Ticket Tuesday. Josh Allen from Washington.
Talked about him earlier in the show.
Yeah.
Is the Bills window still open?
Not that same.
Not
Josh
that guy?
Allen. Not that guy.
No.
What does he need what does he need to win tickets for?
Congratulations, Josh. You're just joshing around. Sean, when you leaving, pal?
Where are you going, Sean?
Right now.
The B-ball game?
Heading to the B-ball game.
B-ball game.
Well, enjoy. Get some good pictures, interviews.
Yes, hey, content is king.
That's what we say around here.
He said.
Exactly.
Is there a lovely lady out there right now? I'd love to talk to a woman listening, because this question was posed to women, and we've got Shirley here, and I'm going to ask Bryce, but I'd love for a woman to call in 317-1250 and answer this question.
Yeah.
I guess this was viral. I saw it on WITN 7 today. Maybe it was like somebody posed the question and the answer went viral or something. But I thought it was interesting. I guess, Shirley, I'll ask you first.
All right, fire away.
Would you rather be in the woods by yourself?
Oh, I know where this is going.
With an unknown man or a bear?
That's easy, bear.
I think it is pretty easy.
It is very easy, bear.
Because what would make me uneasy is, especially if I was a woman, but why is that guy in the woods by himself?
Mm-hmm.
Then again, he's thinking the same thing about me.
Why are you in the woods? Well, so is the bear friendly, like the Bernstein bears?
Oh, you don't know. It's just a bear. It's a wild bear.
It's a bear.
Yeah. And again, Bryce, you're not a woman, but you can answer the question. Let's say, what would happen? You were on a hunting trip. You got separated from your buddies. You had to set up camp. And you look over, and you see about 30 yards from you, you see a bear walking through the woods, or you see a man walking through the woods.
I'd be pretty creeped out about the man.
I agree. Yeah.
I'd be like, whoa, I've seen too many movies.
Yeah.
He may get shot before he gets too close if I'm hunting.
Yeah.
But yeah,
if you're hunting, but the caveat is that
You're
that's
just
a little bit of a different scenario. I would not have a weapon in this scenario.
Yeah.
Right.
So
definitely a bear.
Yeah, definitely.
Bear, you could probably scare it away.
Mm-hmm.
You know, a human is a lot different than a bear. So
yeah. I just thought that was an interesting question, because you'd be like, well, certainly you'd want somebody you could communicate with and be like, maybe they could help you out. No, you would take the bear.
I'd take the bear all day.
Just because, I don't know. Have we seen? I watch too much true crime. That's my problem.
Even if it was a woman, like, I'd be like, why are you out here? What do you got? You know,
that's a great point, Bryce. This one's for the fellas. Would you rather be in the woods with when you see a strange woman, or a bear walking through?
I'd be real sketched out if I saw a random woman out in the woods, wherever I was.
Especially if her name was like Eileen Wuornos.
That's the
serial
monster
killer
movie.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You don't come across too many women serial killers, but like that would be a situation where that would be the first thing that popped into my head.
And shame on you, Shirley, because it could be a kind woman that herself got lost.
Right, but you could say the same thing about the man, but you don't know.
That's right.
You don't know. If you're not familiar with this individual, I'll take my chances with the bear.
Do you assume the best out of people or the worst, Bryce? I'm definitely worst.
Initially, it's probably worse, but it's all like scenario. Like if I'm pumping gas and someone comes up to me, I'm gonna be like, "Know this? What's going on here?" You know? But if I'm passing by and someone's in the, I'm at the grocery store and like in the store and coming across.
Oh yeah,
I think
you do a head nod. And,
it's definitely a scenario thing, but most of the time it's like just a little standoffish.
Yeah.
You know.
It depends. It depends on the situation, but what I do is I try to remain friendly and calm, but I also am one of those people that I pay close attention to my surroundings.
Right.
Especially being a female, but I also never, ever look down. If I'm walking somewhere, I'm not going to have my head down. My head's going to be up because, believe it or not, they say that people that are looking to, say, for example, attack someone, especially a female that is walking, a lot of times the female is looking at their phone, or they are, when they walk, they tend to look down at the sidewalk. They're not walking with their head up, and it's some sort of indicator that shows, I don't want to use the word weakness, but it shows an avenue for the person to attack. And
Makes
so if
sense.
you walk confidently and you walk with your head up and you're kind of walking around, you're kind of aware of your surroundings, the percentage of you being attacked drops. I wouldn't say it completely eradicates it, but it'll drop your percentage rate as far as how that goes.
So I would say a couple of things I just thought of. Either walk like Stone Cold Steve Austin coming out the back.
Right.
Oh, I walk like I mean
walk. Or maybe like you got Staying Alive playing in your head.
Oh, yeah.
Like, you can't tell what I went. Like if you're walking like that, I feel like you're not going to get attacked most times.
I walk the streets like George Jefferson. That's what I'm saying. I pay very close attention to what's going on around me, and if somebody comes up to me and says, if it's a complete stranger, because that's happened to me a few times at the gas station where somebody just completely random walks up to me and I'm just like, they'll ask for money or whatever, be like, sorry, I don't carry cash on me, and if they keep pressing on, I'll be like, look, you need to take a walk. If you don't, we're going to have a problem.
I would say usually if you give them
try to be,
not today, then they
right. Usually, you don't go any further than, I'm sorry, I don't have anything.
Yeah, sorry, I can't help you today.
Every now and then, somebody is persistent, and you have to tell them to back off.
Dude, I'm broke, and I start showing them my bank account. I'm like, dude, I seriously,
I don't go that far. But
I mean, honestly, I should be asking you for $5.
Yeah.
You help me.
Yeah.
Let's make a deal. You help me today, I'll get you next week.
Right.
I will turn and look at somebody and go, do I look like I had that kind of cash?
Right, yeah.
I don't make that much money.
What do y'all think about the buck naked theory?
The what?
Hold on. What's that?
I don't know. Sometimes, like if you're in a situation where there's a mentally unstable person coming after you, maybe to attack you, you just immediately get naked, and you got to out crazy them.
Wait. But my thought process is
nobody
this.
wants to fight a naked person.
Yeah, but the amount of time you have to spend to get there, get naked, is not.
That's why all my clothes are tearaway. I just like I'm going in an NBA game.
Velcro scene.
Yeah.
Oh, that'd be
Magic Mike'ing out here.
Oh no, that'd be awful.
Yeah.
Goodness gracious.
I'd be like, 1 moment, please, or hold, please.
Yeah. Timeout. Do I get a timeout?
Yeah.
Give me one timeout.
I need 30 seconds. I need 30 seconds.
God, these dang socks never come off.
And then you run to them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And they're like, I screwed up. Now they are on the defensive.
Yeah.
So, yeah. By the way, this is new segment we're doing. Defense.
Yeah.
It's called personal defense or
self-defense.
Self-defense tools to help you out along the way. All right.
We're here to serve.
Yeah. Do you ever? I don't know. Do y'all think about like what you would do in cases or?
I think about it.
Yeah.
I hope it never happens.
Absolutely, and I feel like it's it's bad to think about, but at the same time, like you want to be prepared if it does, especially like, you got a family and stuff.
Well, it's like
think
you
about
said,
what would I do in this scenario.
Yeah, it's like you said, you watched a lot of true crime, TV shows. I used to watch, I still do. I watch Forensic Files quite a bit. And I'm thinking to myself, I'm like, some of the situations that take place where a person passes because of a violent crime, and I'm thinking to myself, why is this person get themselves into this situation? And I'm thinking to myself, I'm like, so there's all sorts of scenarios that run through my head, especially because I travel a lot. Yeah. And 99% of the time when I'm traveling, I'm by myself. Yeah. So when I go places, I have to keep my head on a swivel. But yeah, I all sorts of scenarios run through my head. But usually it involves me. I'm going to pick up the first thing I can get my hands on, and I'm swinging for dear life. Because if I'm going down, you're going down with me.
We'll take a break on that. We got to get our Fleet Feet rundown. We got to go Pirate Radio Outdoors. And should have a lineup coming out if we don't already.
It's already out.
All right, we'll run that one down for you. When we return, Pirate Radio Live on a Tuesday. Back with you after this.
Here with Jeff Stein at Brown & Wood. It's a great time to buy a used vehicle.
It's not a great time. It's a perfect time to buy a used car from Brown & Wood. We have over 115 used vehicles in stock, and we're number one in the market on price. We have limited lifetime powertrain on all of our used cars under 80,000 miles, so go to brownandwoodauto.com to find out more. 4 brands, 3 generations, 2 rooftops, and 1 goal: to make sure you leave a happy customer.
Hey, I'm Shirley Rhodes from Pirate Radio, and when you're ready to make a real change in your appearance, in your weight, and in your health, where do you go? Chandler and I went to East Carolina Weight Loss with Dr. King. Over the last few years, I gained a lot of weight. I had struggled with disease. I'm on several medications, and let's face it, I'm not 30 or 40 anymore. Those are all legitimate, but they're not excuses. So if you're at the point where you're ready to stop making excuses, I want you to call East Carolina Weight Loss. Now listen to this. You can lose half a pound to a pound a day. You're probably saying, that's crazy. And that's what I said too, but it's true. You can get healthy, you can get your energy back, and best of all, it is completely natural. It's safe, it's effective, you don't have to count points, no counting calories, no exercising or prepackaged meals, no surgery, no hypnosis. Get your free private weight loss consultation now. Call 252-298-5510. That's 252-298-5510, or go online at eastcarolinaweightloss.com.
Give me that ooey gooey, crispy, crunchy, mouth watering. Give me that creamy, dreamy, meaty, topping, pepperoni popping. Give me that crispy, Kobe, Papa John's. Better get you some. Try the trio before it's gone.
Hey, Pirate fans, Papa John's is the MVP move for game day or any day. Place your order online at papajohns.com and sign up for Papa Rewards. Papa John's, better ingredients, better pizza. Go Pirates!
Hey Pirate Nation, it's Caleb with Stroud's Marine. Boating season is here, and at Stroud's Marine we are stocked up with over 20,000 pre-owned parts. We've got everything you need from propellers, lower units, trim units, electrical and fuel parts, and just about anything else you need for an outboard. Speaking of outboards, we will buy your old ones. And as always, our mission is to save you money and get you back out on the water as quickly as possible. Visit StroudsMarine.com today for more information. Stroud's Marine, your best source for salvaged outboard parts.
Get ready for an unforgettable evening at the Christ Covenant School Gala on Friday, May 10th. This is Reagan Waters with Christ Covenant School inviting you to join us at the charming Farmville Depot for a night of celebration and giving back. Our gala is open to everyone, and proceeds will go towards our One Campus for Christ campaign. Get your tickets today at ChristCS.com and indulge in delicious food, fantastic entertainment, and bid on incredible auction items. We can't wait to see you on May 10th. Go to ChristCS.com now.
This is Holt Nailers for my friends at Anson Belts, the belts that I wear. Go to AnsonBelt.com to find micro-adjustable holeless belts with over 30 plus options of a 1/4 inch apart instead of your typical 5 holes 1 inch apart, always giving you the perfect fit every time. If your waist fluctuates, Anson Belt is great because you can always find the perfect fit any time of the year. AnsonBelt.com, over 10,000 combinations to choose from, a belt for every occasion, and the official belt of the Holt Nailers Show.
Here with Greg Lassiter from Champions Gym. And Greg, you've got a tremendous staff working for you with professional trainers. You've got classes like cycle, Pilates, muscle pump, Zumba. Talk about what you can bring to people like myself who's just getting back into the physical fitness world.
We've got all those classes, but the main thing we've got is a way for people to come in and feel comfortable. People, when they go in that gym, they feel like that is their home away from home.
Give the address and the phone number.
4190 Bayswater Drive, Winterville, 353-0544.
Champions Health and Fitness.
Pirate Radio.
We not no punks.
The voice of the Pirate Nation.
I'm in trouble trying to sleep.
You're listening to Hour 3 of Pirate Radio Live. This hour of PRL is brought to you by Bud Light, reminding Pirate fans to stay in the game and drink responsibly. Bud Light, the official beer of the ECU Pirates, and proudly distributed by Carolina Eagle Distributing since 1989. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back. Do you want to get rid of wrinkles, tighten and lift your skin, smooth your skin texture, erase veins and brown spots, and get rid of unwanted hair? Are you interested in Botox or filler? Contact the licensed professionals at Beauty Bar Medi Spa on Red Banks Road in Greenville. Free consultations available by calling 752-1406 or visiting beautybarmedispa.com. Enjoy your visit. Love your transformation. Now let's head back into PRL. Here's Clip.
Back with you, Pirate Radio Live. You know, Shirley, we were close to having Wes on Wheel of Fortune when you connect the dots there.
Can you imagine if he was on Wheel of Fortune?
Oh,
because
my
he
Lord.
does work for the station that Pat Sajak used to own, but I guess
That is correct.
Yeah, Pat Sajak sold it. So, all right, Fleet Feet rundown. When you get a moment, Shirley, can Alex tell us about the fine folks at Fleet Feet?
Hey, Pirate Nation. Be sure you have the best and most comfortable shoes this tailgate season with a stop at Fleet Feet. Locally owned and operated by ECU alum Chris Lunyon. Fleet Feet of Greenville provides solutions through one-on-one services to runners, walkers, and everyone in between. Fleet Feet has the tools and technology to get you in the right shoe, including a 3D foot scanner that measures arch height, width, and more. Go see them at 207 East Arlington Boulevard in the old Gordon's Golf location. Fleet Feet. They run for you.
All right, I got a few things here. I've got a ECU lineup. I've got another kind of a hypothetical that I saw that I want to ask Bryce, and we'll go Pirate Radio Outdoors. First, the lineup here on the rundown for the Pirates and the Blue Devils. Big one, Bryce. You got two top 10 teams meeting at Clark LeClaire Stadium. East Carolina number 6, Duke number 9. Riley Johnson will lead it off in center field. Carter Cunningham hitting second. Over at first, JC, Jacob Jenkins Coward, in right. Jacob Starling is playing second, hitting fourth. Ryan McChrystal's the DH tonight, hitting fifth. Dixon Williams over at third, hitting sixth. Justin Wilcoxon behind the plate, hitting seventh. Bristol Carter will bat eighth in left field, and Joey Barini will hit ninth at short. Eric Ritchie, the lefty, starting for the Pirates. And they will get underway in about 15 minutes or so. Bryce, here's the this one's going around today. Austin Rivers, does he play anymore? Went to Duke, Doc's son. Anyway, he said, I can take 30 players right now in the NBA and throw them in the NFL. You cannot take 30 NFL players and put them in the NBA. He said this on the Pat McAfee show. So... what would be, just for the average player, I would definitely say football would be, well, I'm gonna say easier than basketball, and let me explain. Because if you can't shoot, you're gonna be in trouble. Right. If you can't dribble, you're gonna be in trouble. You could be an elite defender, I'm sure. But there's a lot of skills you don't have. Now, if you're throwing the NBA players into football, NBA players go on load management. If they get the chart, they flop all over the place. Right. Can they take a hit? Can they actually play more than one play? I don't know. Exactly. A lot of them can't. So I think it's a fun discussion to have. Yeah. But where do you stand, Bryce?
Yeah, I mean, definitely dribbling a basketball is still a lot different than running with the ball. I mean, of course, you got to catch it. You have to get, open from a defender, professional DB or safety, linebacker. I mean, because I would definitely say, agility-wise, football players are just right, just up there with the NBA. I mean, with all the hip flips, you got, everything. And you got people in your way, that actually can put hands on you, and you can get clear of them.
We probably underrate the conditioning of an NBA player because those are
basketball is the conditioning part. I think they'd be definitely good for.
Yeah.
But
it's just that physical part that I can't really get over.
I would think the physical part would definitely make things way more difficult. I mean, like I said, you have to get open, but the person can put hands on you. Obviously the first 5 yards, and then you got all these moving guys trying to intercept your path. As far as the ball.
I do feel like
sorry, go ahead.
No.
Of course, okay, he's saying that. Okay, well, you're not putting. There's no NBA player that's as strong as an offensive lineman or defensive lineman, so
right.
they'd have to block him. Have to block those guys. They're the same height, give or take, but are just as fast off those, off the ball.
Taking on blocks or trying to block would be an issue.
So that is totally, I think that's almost out of the question that they would not be able to compare to as far as the line. The point guards and stuff as maybe as far as receivers. Like I said, these DBs are, so used to getting hands, and they gotta practice, get used to getting their hands off of DB's hands off of them. I don't know. It'd be interesting, but I don't think so. But then the whole dribbling thing.
And again, you don't ask every big man to dribble,
right.
But you're going to have some coordination and to be able to put the ball in the hoop.
For sure. And here's the thing. There's some, those skill players, as far as point guards, they can dang dribble, good and shoot. But shooting a basketball, typically everybody in the sports world has done basketball, like shooting,
right, growing up.
Growing up. So I think that's more of a natural thing than what football may be. So
okay, that's true.
Obviously natural hand-eye coordination. They still got to catch the basketball. I'm gonna say that's almost. No.
Yeah.
I don't think.
Let me read it again. J.J. Watt had a pretty good comeback to it. Austin Rivers said, I can take 30 players right now in the NBA, throw them in the NFL. You cannot take 30 NFL players and put them in the NBA. J.J. Watt said, this is kind of my question when I first saw this, you don't got a job in either right now. Go ahead and try it. So there you go. Hey, Austin, you have a team right now? No? Okay, well, go play in the NFL, buddy.
Right. Yeah.
You got time. The season, you got mini camps coming up, so you got plenty of time to get ready. Just as kind of a dumb but fun discussion.
But it's definitely fun. I'm going to lean towards.
Now, put these great athletes, the greatest athletes in the world from the NFL and the NBA, put them in Major League Baseball and they would get cut day one.
Oh,
that is a completely different skill set, right?
You ain't kidding. That ball.
Even C.J. Stroud, who looked amazing last year, threw out a first pitch and looked like he had never played baseball before.
Baseball. You got to hit this thing. How fast is that ball once it leaves the pitcher's hand that you have to react to it?
Right.
And make contact with it with a stick that's 3 inches maybe in diameter, and they can make the thing do way more than just a straight line.
Oh, yeah.
There's no way. I probably would love to just, if Coach Godwin could just let me stand at the home plate, I just want to get thrown to and just try and see if I can hit it or just stand.
You got Danny Beal's funky arm angle, and it looks like it's going to hit you and then goes right down the middle. And
I would love if I could get that coordinated. I'm going to have to talk to ODB. And
I think we can do,
their off season. Clearly not right now.
They got business to take care of.
They got a lot of business.
All right, Bryce, real quick, Pirate Radio Outdoors, you got an update for us this week?
Yes. I'm not going to go into the turkey because I'm just, that's just dwindling. We have less than a week now. So I'm kind of just, I don't want to hang up my boots, but honestly, Clip, unfortunately, it's not going there. So,
I will say you've had some late calls, though. I remember stories about you telling us.
Last year was the last day of the season.
Yeah.
I may be at the beach, but, on a positive note, I've been on the water, had a, good trip Saturday, was able to catch keeper flounder, which actually, God, flounder could be just one a day. Instead, they've shortened the season to 3 weeks maybe, and it's one a day. But anyways, caught flounder, redfish, blues, good trout, good keeper trout, 19-inch trout. Redfish just shy of slot. And then my buddy I was with, he ended up catching a 26-inch trout. So had a quick little turnaround, was able to get some live bait, perfect size pogies, in the water, be able to catch. So it went from kind of slow, no topwater hits, except for some blues, but those things are aggravating. But fun to catch. And then finally got on some more desirable fish. So it was good. Got to be on the water and hopefully do that this week.
All right. Getting hot out there.
It's warm.
Greg Hudson said it's almost like a rule. Once May hits, all right, remember those cool days? They're done, buddy. It's time for the heat.
Yeah, most definitely.
All right, let's take our final break. We'll come back, get ready to wrap it up here on a Tuesday edition of Pirate Radio Live after this.
I'm in trouble trying to sleep.
Pest Tech wants to thank Pirate Nation for voting them the #1 pest control company in Eastern North Carolina. Pest Tech is a full-service pest control company offering a complete range of indoor and outdoor pest management and extermination services. Your experience is the Pest Tech guarantee, with a promise to deliver you results while keeping you, your family, and the environment safe. Call the best of the best to get rid of your pests. 353-4760. Pest Tech, the official pest control company of Pirate Radio.
Southern Ease has arrived, Pirate Nation. Whether you savor the bourbon flavor or indulge in other delightful options, Southern Ease gummies are here to elevate your moments. And here's the best part. You can enjoy them with an exclusive discount. Head over to southernease.com now and use the code PIRATE at checkout for a fantastic 25% off your first order. At Southern Ease, you can be living life to your fullest, one sweet moment at a time. southernease.com.
You want a sub made the authentic Jersey way? You go to Jersey Mike's. You want a radio idea? You go to me. Like this. I'm a talking dog that only talks about Jersey Mike's. My owner says, "Hey, buddy." And I'm like, "Get me an authentic Jersey sub." He says, "That's all you ever think about." And I say, "No. I also think about teaching myself to drive the Jersey Mike's, but until I figure that out, you're all I have." Woof, woof. Made the authentic Jersey way since 1956. Jersey Mike's, a sub above.
Hey, O's families. Oriole Park at Camden Yards is the perfect Sunday fun day for families. With Kids Run the Bases, presented by Wise Markets. After cheering on the O's together, stay postgame, when all fans ages 4 to 14 are invited to come down to the field and run the bases like the pros. Plus, check out other kids' perks around the park, like Kids Corner and Kids Merch. Make it a day at Camden Yards for the whole family. Learn more and buy your tickets today at Orioles.com/kids.
Captain Bo Brooks, what's happening at Pirate Waters Outfitters this spring?
Well, we have restocked with all new apparel from Marshwear and AFCO. We got the new turtle boxes coming in the River Rock color, and I always suggest that you cook your fish in a smithy, and the new smithy is in as well. We have a fly cave in the back with all you need to catch fish on the fly, and tie your own fly wall where we have all the accessories and products you need to tie your own flies. We are Pirate Water Outfitter on Market Street next to Breaking Bread, home of Camacho Rodwork.
The Holton Ehler Show.
Julius Wood, now Dallas Cowboy.
You're going to the NFL. Anyone you're looking forward to on the Cowboys team, kind of to play alongside, or maybe in the preseason, someone you're looking to guard and maybe pop a couple of times?
Obviously, playing with, I would have to say Michael Parsons. He's a great in the game. He might be one of the best defensive players in the game right now, period. Somebody who I want to play against. Some receivers that I was on the same junior college with. Just really want to go after the end of the game, be able to swap jerseys with the guys that I did play with in my career.
The Holton Ehler Show, powered by SouthernEase.com. Thursdays and Fridays at 6, right here on Pirate Radio.
There's a common misbelief today that to make it further, you need to push yourself, that you need to give up any joy to continue your rigid rigid routine. Or you could try another way. Take some time to enjoy life, like having a Michelob Ultra with friends, because happiness is essential to living an exceptional life. Michelob Ultra, a refreshing and balanced flavor with only 2.6 carbs and 95 calories. It's only worth it if you enjoy it. Enjoy responsibly. Michelob Ultra, proudly distributed by Carolina Eagle Distributing since 1989.
Seared Shop House, Greenville's go-to restaurant for premium scratch-made entrees, paired with an impressive selection of wines and cocktails. Seared Shop House. Whether you're celebrating an anniversary, birthday, a special night out, or just want to have the best meal in town, come see why Seared is the place where great atmosphere and great food collide. Seared is now open for lunch Monday through Friday, and be sure to stop in for the best brunch in town Saturday and Sunday. They also offer pickup and delivery. Head to SearedShopHouse.com for online ordering.
This is Dixon Williams from ECU Baseball, and you're listening to Pirate Radio, the voice of the Pirate Nation.
You're listening to Hour 3 of Pirate Radio Live. This hour of PRL is brought to you by Bud Light, reminding Pirate fans to stay in the game and drink responsibly. Bud Light, the official beer of the ECU Pirates, and proudly distributed by Carolina Eagle Distributing since 1989. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back, and it was a mixed day for the stock market. The Dow was up 31 points at 38,884. The NASDAQ was down 16 at 16,332, and the S&P was up 6 points at 5,187. That is your Wells Fargo Advisors stock market report. For a personal look into investing, call Wells Fargo Advisors today at 756-6900 in Greenville. Wells Fargo Advisors, LLC, member SIPC. Now back to the show.
All right. Shirley, enjoyed it. Good job pulling double duty the last 30 minutes.
Yeah, no problem.
Bryce, good to see you, buddy.
Good to see y'all.
When we return next week, I want you to have watched at least 1 minute of live hockey.
All right.
So I think it's ESPN tonight. Just flip over there real quick.
Okay.
And we'll get your report next week.
I'm going to try and figure something out.
All right. We'll talk to you next week.
Yep.
And we'll see you fine folks Wednesday, 3 o'clock for an all-new edition of Pirate Radio Live. For Shirley and Bryce and the crew, I'm Clip Brock. Jeff Charles, take us home.
Have a great night, Eastern Carolina.
Thanks for listening to Pirate Radio Live, an exclusive presentation of the voice of the Pirate Nation. This is Pirate Radio.